media station, making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9.
WMAL News at 6. I'm Heather Curtis. Happening now, President Trump's at the U.S. Park Police Operations Facility in Anacostia, thanking law enforcement and the National Guard for helping with his crime crackdown in D.C.
I wanted to do this. We've had some incredible results. The results have come out, and it's like a different place. It's like a different city. It's the capital. It's going to be the best in the world. We're going to do what you're doing with law enforcement, and very importantly also, we're going to physically do it. We're going back to Congress for some money, and we're going to redo a lot of the pavement, a lot of the medians.
The visit comes after the president told a radio host he'd be patrolling the streets tonight alongside law enforcement. No word on whether he'll actually be going into neighborhoods or whether this was what he was referring to. Attorney General Pam Bondi has been touting new numbers that show violent crime in D.C. has gone down 30% and homicides down 33% compared to the week before the takeover. But Mayor Muriel Bowser is not impressed.
We've been experiencing a decrease in crime for the last 2 years. We expect that having 500 additional officers will yield more arrests.
The president says friends are telling him they feel safe enough to go out to eat in D.C. for the first time in years. This could be good for D.C. restaurants who are wrapping up Restaurant Week amidst the crackdown.
The impact on D.C. restaurants isn't altogether clear. It appears that business took a dive as the crackdown began, then improved as Restaurant Week began on Monday. But it is clear that more than a few restaurant owners welcome increased attention to crime. Sammy Davis, the chef at a downtown supper club, told 7 News the street is littered with broken glass from auto break-ins.
They're breaking every car on this side of the street or that side of the street.
Davis says everybody needs to feel safe. Matt Coates on WMAL and WMAL.com.
When the president's done walking around D.C., he has an invite from Governor Wes Moore to join a community public safety walk next month in another city in his sights, Baltimore. When he announced his crackdown on crime in D.C.,
We have other cities also that are bad,
including,
of course, Baltimore.
Moore wrote to the president saying they could talk about effective public safety strategies that have driven crime down in the city. And he has a message for Mr. Trump.
If you're not willing to visit our communities and invest in our communities, keep our names out of your mouth.
He says Maryland's proven crime can be cut with the right tools, which he says do not include the National Guard. And speaking of them, new this hour, the ACLU's West Virginia chapter is suing Governor Patrick Morrisey over his mobilization of up to 400 members of the state's National Guard to D.C. They say Morrisey is exceeding his constitutional and statutory authority. But when Morrisey sent the troops, he said the state is proud to stand with the president. Checking your money, the Dow closed down 152 points. The NASDAQ finished off 12. Traffic and weather next.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and I couldn't afford to keep the house.
Oh, honey, that's awful.
You know, my brother got $2 million in life insurance coverage through Ethos for around $2 a day, all online.
Hey, let's do it. That way we both can sleep better at night. Ethos, life insurance made easy. Get covered instantly at ethos.com/dreams. That's ETHOS.com/dreams. Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 40-year-old healthy non-smoking male. Built monthly. Application times vary.
At the new Verizon store in Watertown, get the best of Verizon. Find all the latest deals on new devices, your favorites in music and streaming, and all the accessories you need. Switch today and pay $50 a month for a single line. That's right, just $50 a month when you bring in your phone on unlimited welcome with autopay plus taxes and fees. So come in now and let the savings begin. Stop by the new Verizon store at 129 Arsenal Yards Boulevard in Watertown today. $15 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply.
What happens when you move treating hepatitis C from your to-do list to your today list with Epclusa? You take one step toward being cured, which means no virus detected 3 months after treatment ends. Epclusa, sofosbuvir velpatasvir, is one pill once a day for 12 weeks that treats chronic hep C genotype 1 through 6 without cirrhosis or with compensated cirrhosis and has an average 98% cure rate from 3 studies. If you've had hepatitis B, it may flare up and cause serious liver problems during and after treatment. Tell your doctor if you've had hepatitis B, liver or kidney problems, HIV, and all medicines and supplements you take. Taking amiodarone with Epclusa may cause a serious slowing of your heart rate. Most common side effects include headache and tiredness. Don't wait. When treating Hep C is on your today list, a cure may be closer than you think. Ask your doctor about Epclusa and visit epclusa.com for important facts. Sponsored by Gilead.
Here's Michelle Murray in the Hadid Perfect Cleaning Traffic Center.
Accident activity in Gaithersburg on 270 southbound before Shady Grove Road along the right side. That is traffic jam from 370. Northbound side is heavy, headed through Bethesda from Old Georgetown Road to Montrose Road and from Shady Grove Road to Middlebrook Road. More delays heading in towards the Clarksburg area. 95 is jammed up southbound from Springfield towards Newington. And southbound between the Fairfax County Parkway and Lorton, an accident blocks the left lane. Delays continue southbound from Dale Boulevard heading towards Quantico. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Stormwatch 7 forecast.
We'll settle down this evening. Tomorrow, beautiful. Lots of sunshine, 80 to 85. I'm 7 News meteorologist Steve Rubin. The first alert weather center.
Right now, 72 degrees in Washington under cloudy skies. I'm Heather Curtis on News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Now on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. Mark Levin.
Deep in the bowels of a hidden bunker, somewhere under the brick and steel of a nondescript building, we've once again made contact with our leader, Mark Levin.
Welcome, it is the Mark Levin Show. Ben Ferguson filling in for the great one, Mark Levin, and we've got a lot to chat about. Well, Donald Trump, when he ran for president, what did he say to America? He promised he was going to be the law and order president. And he said he was going to secure the southern border. He said he was going to clean up the violent criminals that had come into this country that were illegal immigrants, the worst among us, the rapists, the child molesters, the sex traffickers, the human smugglers, the drug dealers, the murderers. The list goes on and on. The president has been doing that, even while Democrats putting criminals and illegal immigrants ahead of American citizens. Now, I'm not even sure the president thought he was going to be able to secure the border the way that he has been able to do it in such a record-setting time. And one of the big perks of being able to secure the border so quickly is that the president of the United States of America said immediately, okay, what's next? Insert Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. crime is no doubt out of control. I've talked about this before. In D.C., I was there a couple weeks ago, and the doorman, the bellman, said to me, "Hey, I got there and they lost my bag," and I was like, "Great, I need like basic toiletries and stuff." So I was like, "Hey, is there like a Walgreens, CVS?" Now I want to let you understand something. I am 1.5 blocks from the White House, and he said, "Oh, up the corner, past Old Ebbitt, on the right up there, there's a CVS." Perfect. Go to the CVS. I get to the CVS and everything. And I mean everything is locked up. They had the deodorant locked up that costs, I don't know, $4.86 for a stick of deodorant. That is how bad crime is in Washington, D.C., that you have to lock up deodorant. I then went over the toothpaste because I was going to get toothpaste. That was locked up as well. The toothbrushes were locked up. And then I needed a razor. They were locked up. You literally couldn't buy any toiletries that I needed without hitting a button and then an intercom system saying, "Customer needs help on aisle 4 at razors," or whatever it said, or deodorant. That is how out of control crime was in D.C. Now, who was committing the crimes? A lot of the crime was actually coming by juveniles. Juveniles had not been held accountable for their actions under Bowser. Now, you would think that Mayor Bowser would be in favor of having a safe city because she's the same woman that's obsessed with Black Lives Matter, right? That's the same city that painted a street Black Lives Matter going to the White House. This is a city, right, where Black Lives Matter was everything. Well, if Black Lives actually mattered, then you would probably try to, stop the murders and the killing and the beating and the attacks and the stealing from African Americans. If African Americans matter, you would think this would be a top priority, which is where we lead to Donald Trump's brilliance. Donald Trump understands that it's actually not that hard to fight crime. You catch criminals, you arrest them, You prosecute them and you don't let them out of jail. Now, we know that George Soros and his money gave us a ton of what we were described as activist DAs. I describe them as anarchists in law enforcement. Their job is simple. Let the criminals out. Don't hold them accountable. Don't even keep them in jail, even when they're committing heinous crimes, and empty out the prisons, because what Soros and the left want is prison reform and bail reform. They want to make sure that if you commit a crime and you have a certain skin color, especially, you're not held accountable. They want to make sure that if you commit a heinous crime and you're African American, you don't have a lot of money, that you can just disappear and walk straight out of that courtroom and give cashless bail, because they believe it's racist for you to have to put up money when you commit heinous crimes. This is the Democratic Party. And so what Donald Trump saw in Washington, D.C. was an opportunity. It wasn't just an opportunity to clean up D.C. That you have to understand, Donald Trump was playing chess while these other idiot mayors were playing checkers. What Donald Trump understood is, number one, the city where our nation's capital is should be safe. We have millions and millions of tourists that go there. We have people that have to go to Washington, D.C. to do their job, if you were in Congress, for example. And so the president clearly understood that his goal was to clean up a city, and he knew he could do it with the help of law enforcement and allowing them to actually do their job. There was also a second part of the equation, and this goes back to playing chess while others are playing checkers. This is the art of the deal, is another way of putting it. The president of the United States of America also knew that if you wanted to prove a point that you can clean up cities like Memphis, my hometown, where I was born and raised, Chicago, St. Louis, New Orleans, Baltimore, New York City, New Jersey, San Francisco, LA, Denver, Detroit, the list goes on and on of high crime major cities. Now, if there's one thing that's in common with all these high crime cities, they're all run by Democrats. They have the majority in the city council or the board of aldermen and the mayor's offices. Go look at the top 20 most dangerous cities in America, and they are all run by the Democratic Party. In fact, if you put into Google right now, top 20 most dangerous cities, go look at them from U.S. News. Look at the numbers. Look at what they tell you. The most dangerous cities: Memphis, number 1, Democratic run. St. Louis, number 2, run by Democrats. Little Rock, number 3, run by Democrats. Minneapolis, number 4, run by Democrats. Detroit, number 5, run by Democrat majority there. Kansas City, Democratic majority there. New Orleans, Democratic majority there at 7. Cleveland, Democratic majority there, number 8. Birmingham, Democratic majority city, number 9. That is, and Houston comes in number 10, Democratic run city. Milwaukee at 11, Democratic run city. Orlando, Democratic run city at 12. Like, you notice there's a trend here, right? There's a pattern here. Baltimore, 13 most dangerous city in America. What are they? Run by Democrats. Atlanta, run by Democrats, 14. Stockton, Democrats, run the place, 15. New York, 16, run by Democrats. Phoenix, run by Democrats at 17. Los Angeles at 18. Las Vegas at 19. All run by Democrats. And finally, Miami, run by Democrats. So if you look at the numbers, and that's not the murder rate, that was just dangerous cities. You go to the murder rate, same thing's going to happen. Going to be very close to the same order that I just mentioned there. And so the president of the United States of America said, okay, if I can federalize and take over law enforcement and restore law and order very quickly in Washington, D.C., this is going to put Democrats on the defensive in all these other cities, because I'm going to make it clear in those other cities that I am willing to come in and do the same exact thing that we just did in D.C. With federal resources in your city, all you need is your mayor to say, please come and help. Now, I go back to my hometown where I was born and raised in Memphis, Tennessee. You have a mayor there that will never allow for the National Guard to come in and help. He could have the city on fire, and I don't think he would do it. You could have riot and looting. I'm not sure he would do it, because in his mind, he hates Donald Trump more than he likes saving the lives of the citizens of his city. All of these other cities that I mentioned, you're dealing with the same exact thing. So then the question becomes, in these hardcore liberal cities, if you know that the President of the United States of America has come to town, and you know that when he has come to town or talking about your town, that he is offering you genuine help, and that your city actually could be incredibly safe.
Yeah.
Could be unbelievably safe if your mayor would say, please help, Mr. President. How mad are you going to be? You witness what's happening in Washington, D.C. They haven't had a murder, I think it's in 6 or 7 days now. I want you to think about that. They haven't had a murder in 6 or 7 days. That is an unbelievable number. That is a number that even I think the president couldn't have imagined. I want you to listen to the president as he was doing this walk, right? After D.C., he says, we're going to make other places safer. Why did he say it that way? He is telling the rest of the world, if you live in a city that is dangerous, I am here to help you. You're going to have to talk to your mayor and get him to do what's right for you. Listen to the president in his own words.
So many phone calls thanking me for what we've done in Washington, D.C., from people that haven't gone to a restaurant literally in 4 years. And they said, you know, what you've done it's unprecedented, because what they said, it was just unsafe. We couldn't do it. We'd go out and you'd see the stories, you'd read the stories, you'd see all of the things that are happening. And they said, we couldn't stand it, sir. Now I take my wife and my kids to dinner. One of them said he's gone out 4 nights in a row, and he hadn't gone out for 4 years. So it's a great tribute to you. And when I look at you people, I understand why, because there's no games, right? We're not playing games. We're going to make it safe. And we're going to then go on to other places. But we're going to stay here for a while. We want to make this absolutely perfect. It's our capital. And I guess it used to be many years ago safe, but it's certainly not had a very good run. And you got to be strong. You got to be tough. You got to do your job. Whatever it takes to do your job, you got to do your job. But the crime numbers are way down. I'm looking at, you saw some of the stats. I just read them out to me inside. The numbers that we haven't seen here ever. And I think it's probably right now, to me, I feel very safe now, and I'm hearing people are very safe, but I know within 2 weeks it's going to be, Pam, it's going to be at a level that's even far superior.
The President of the United States of America is telling every liberal, dangerous city in America, I am here to help you. Why will Democrats not take him up on making their cities safer? Why would any mayor that has a dangerous city, one of those deadly cities in America, I go back to my hometown of Memphis because I love my hometown, but people are fleeing left and right. Why would you not say, yes, Mr. President, let's be bipartisan. Please come in and help me save Black lives. Because I promise you that all the people on the city council in Memphis, I know most of them, and the mayor have all been up there yelling Black Lives Matter. They're the same people that walked out to the bridge and shut down the famous Memphis Bridge in the name of Black Lives Matter, with a guy, by the way, that had an arrest warrant out for him while the police were walking arm in arm with him as he was shutting down traffic illegally. Can't make it up. Why would you not, in that moment, why would you not say yes? Yes, Mr. President, I can put politics aside because I want to save Black lives. The majority of the cities I mentioned earlier are majority African-American cities. The majority of people that are killed in these cities are African-Americans that are being killed in these cities. The majority of the victims of most violent crimes are African-American. The majority of the people that are being raped are African-American. The majority of children that are being sexually abused are African-American in these most dangerous cities. If Black lives matter, then why would these mayors of these cities not say, Mr. President, we need your help. We're one of the most dangerous cities in America, and we want you to come in and do exactly what you just did that is working overwhelmingly in a city that is very much like ours, Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
That's why the president said we're not done here yet. We're going to make it safe, and we're going to go other places, but we're going to stay here for a while. He's also sending the message that when it comes to law enforcement, you can't just come in and clean up and disappear. You have to have a presence. Quick break. Ben Ferguson filling in for the great one, Mark Levin. We'll be right back.
Mark Levin. News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news. Most people have no idea there's an invisible gap in their home's protection. This invisible threat is house stealing. Con artists pick a house. They transfer the deed of this house into their name by obtaining the forms, using the fake IDs, and filing the paperwork with proper authorities. Now they own the home. Protect your home from this invisible gap. Check on your home's title.
Must be Wiggin seen me up on Al Pesce's panel earlier today. You like that, did you? Huh? Made that motherfucker rage quit.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people.
Must have got his fucking check or whatever. He fucking showing $100 bills up there, trying to be cool and shit. Like he's, you know, that motherfucker went over to Al Pesce Patel to cry about a fellow American. Hey, I brought Al Pesce some views. It's what I do. Fuck you, Wiggin. Your boy lost. This motherfucker's got these goons on his side, like Patrick Rowe. Fake right from the beginning. Charlie Wiggin doesn't dare come up here. He won't come up. It's not his own territory. I mean, he did the other ones, you know, he did with Syke, he did with Shannon, IP2 and those guys. You know, he's just destroyed all the big names out here. Oh, excuse my vacant stare.
Cost shouldn't keep you from getting the hepatitis C care you deserve.
Then why are you here?
Or it's authorized generic. Most people with Medicaid pay $0 for the full.
Is that all you got, Wiggin? Is that all you got? You ain't got shit, Wiggin. And I watched your girl kissed you on your little fucking thing on the side of your forehead. Fucking gross. If I were her, I'd be wishing you'd hurry up and fucking die. Give me some money, some real money. You know, let's address that. Let's address it. Right, you're sticking your fucking foot right in your mouth. All right, you sit there and you record every fucking thing I do, and you got the balls to post that right there. Now that, yeah, you're supposed to be funny. Is that? I don't see anybody laughing. I mean, I'm laughing because it's just so preposterous. So you must be a loser. You freak it. You're in my chat all the time, Wiggin. All the fucking time. I don't know what you think you're going to accomplish. Seriously. What's the matter, Wiggin? Four Widow guy. Four Widow Wiggin. Does it Billy bother you? Does it bother you that I'm here on the internet, Wiggin? Does it bother you and Randy and JC and all the other sycophants over there, motherfucker? Let me go to this channel, see what you got. Boy, you're coming out with the old accounts. Here, I'll repost that in case there's a glitch in the system and the link isn't working. So I'll repost it.
There's Julie.
This week on Sports News, football's newest star ain't no rookie, it's DirecTV. They make it easy to find your pro and college teams across live TV and streaming apps so you never miss a moment. And with access to your game stats and scores in one place, it's good. It's DirecTV like you've never seen it. Visit directtv.com.
What are you gonna do? You gonna send Sebastian up here, Wigan? That fucker keeps trying.
Chris Plant here, inviting you to join us next July on our Mediterranean Listener Sea Cruise. Early booking sale pricing ends August 30th. Visit ChrisPlantCruise.com.
They shouldn't bother you tonight, Wigan. Mark Levin is out. Ben Ferguson filling in.
We're talking about Donald Trump's brilliant move to make D.C. safer. I want to get your phone calls in here. Do you support the president doing this? And by the way, if you're living in one of the most dangerous cities in America and you're listening to this show right now, do you want help from the federal government to fight crime? Do you want the National Guard to be called in to your city? 1-877-381-3811. 1-877-381-3811. Now, let me also just say publicly what my piece of advice is for this White House right now. And I will say this to people I know there, but I want to say publicly with you guys right now, I think this is a major opportunity for President Trump to go into some of these liberal cities in the very near future with the data of how massive of a success Washington, D.C.'s cleanup has been, and go directly to people in that city and tell the people in that city, you have to reach out to your city councilman. You have to reach out to your governor. You have to reach out to your mayor's office. You're going to have to demand that they ask for the help that you guys need to make your city safer. I think the president should go tour the top 10 most dangerous cities. I think he should sit there on stage with elected officials and call them out to their face in a very diplomatic way, because this doesn't need to come across as like, I'm right and you're wrong. It needs to come across as, I'm here to help. I am here to give you whatever you need to protect the black lives of your city that are getting destroyed by the violent.
You're picking your nose.
I go back to this.
You were picking your nose.
An American issue.
You picked your fucking nose.
If you want me to believe, Democrats, that you truly care about black
That's just
lives,
one picture.
that you
You picked your fucking nose with your thumb. I watched you.
By the way, especially young black lives. Let's also remember how many young people are dying. How many young people are setting themselves up to just go to jail? Look at the number of violent criminals and the number of anarchists that we witness in Washington, D.C. The majority of the people that are doing a lot of these crimes and the shoplifting are actually under the age of 18. Why? I can tell you why. One reason and one reason only. They know they're not going to go to jail. They know that if they get caught, nothing was going to happen to them. Why else do you think this happened? Why else do you think that they did this? Well, let me also just explain to you how the gangs work so you understand. The gangs are really smart. They use young people under the age of 18 on purpose, and they use them because they know they won't be held accountable. I want you to just think about that. They know that they will not be held accountable for their actions. That's why they do it. 1-877-381-3811. 1-877-381-3811. Ben Ferguson filling in for the great one. I'll be right back.
If you're with one of the big three wireless carriers, you're really overpaying for your service. You're paying for thousands of retail stores you never go into. You're paying for unnecessary perks you never use. You're paying a massive premium for what you think is superior 5G service. Guess what? Pure Talk uses the same 5G network on the same 5G towers. The only difference, they don't charge you for any of the garbage. Instead, Pure Talk gives you unlimited talk, text, plenty of data for just $25 a month. That's less than half the price of the big guys during a time when saving a buck really matters. I am a Pure Talk customer. I made the switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So folks, do this right now from your cell phone. Dial pound 250. Say Mark Levin. It's that simple. And you'll save an additional 50% off your first month. You can switch over to Pure Talk in as little as 10 minutes. Dial pound 250. Say keyword Mark Levin to switch to Pure Talk. Wireless by Americans for Americans.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station.
Making sense of the news.
News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 6:30. I'm Heather Curtis. President Trump visited the U.S. Park Police Operations Facility in Anacostia tonight to thank the National Guard and law enforcement charged with making D.C. safer.
Doing an amazing job, and we appreciate it. And the numbers are down like we wouldn't believe, but we believe it.
D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser says crime's been decreasing in the city for the last 2 years.
We expect
Holy fuck.
more officers.
Meanwhile, two 15-year-olds whose actions prompted the president's crackdown on crime in the city were in juvenile court today. The girl and boy were allegedly among a group of teens who beat out 19-year-old Edward Cortizine while trying to carjack him.
They don't need to come here. They watch over me. You seem to think that they... Wait, you need them in here?
Shelter and the boy to his mom's house while awaiting trial. Traffic and weather next.
This week on Celeb News.
They ignore you. They don't want nothing to do with you.
It's DirecTV.
They come and go as they please. What's your fucking problem, Wiggin?
Taste and budget. They only look like $1 million, baby.
What a fucking crybaby. You asked for this. You wanted this. So we'll see if you record this one. And you see what I can come up with to make you fucking respond.
Visit DirecTV.com today. New residential customers. Auto renews monthly. Cancel anytime. Credit card and restrictions apply. At the new Verizon store in Watertown, get the best of Verizon.
My angels are always here. Always. When I go live, they're here.
$50 a month for a single line. That's right, just $50 a month when you bring in your phone on unlimited welcome with AutoPay.
You got your own little fucking angel. You got Alicia. Why are you worried about my angels? You got yours. Why are you worried about my angels? You don't like that term, do you? Well, those girls came up with it. I didn't come up with it. They dubbed themselves Billy's Angels. Now look at it. He's losing what fucking little bit of his mind. Of all the things that he's lost, he misses his mind the most. I don't know if he does or not.
2018 Toyota 4Runner, 59,000 miles. Would look perfect in your driveway. Hey, the sun is shining at Widget Auto.
I got something for you, Wiggin.
And see them online at widgetautosales.com. The used car leader.
Come here, I'll scratch your nuts.
For life with pets, there's Chewy with everything. Delivered fast at great prices.
Huh?
From food.
Is that all you have is insult? That's all you can do is insult? Down syndrome. Have you seen what fucking Monica Ann looks like? Have you seen the face on that woman? Have you seen the body on that woman? She's like one giant Michelin tire.
Hey, if this sounds very familiar, it's probably time for
A lot of fucking stress on that motherfucker. Miracle the floor joists don't give out on any building she walks in.
And even cause nerve damage. Shingrix vaccine is 97%.
No, I'm not, Mad Jim. You're just a fucking piss pot sore loser, Mad Jim. That's all there is to it. Hey, now you guys come into my chat. You have to. You can't. You have to come here. I'm not in JC's chat. I'm not in Vegas. I mean, I was. I go in there and I fucking make you guys dance like a motherfucker. DA blocks me. Don't even. You guys just don't have anything. You're devoid of anything worth looking at. You have nothing, Mad Jim. All you have is a voice that sounds like you talk out through your nose all the time. Fucking nasally voice what you have, Mad Jim. Anything to glorify yourself, Mad Jim. I've made all your friends look like fools, including Rum.
All right, welcome back. It is the Mark Levent Show. Ben Ferguson filling in for the great one, and it is so nice to have you with us. By the way, if you want to call in, I'd love to talk to you.
You sound like you talk all your ass. Well, Patrick Rowe got fucking dragged up on. You guys giving Alpesh Patel a hard time for me going up there? You heard him. He called Nate and all that. I didn't give a shit. It just, I brought him views today.
And I'm willing to do this.
Fuck you.
Second thing, if you can't get through, you can always send me your thoughts on social media. I'm on X at Ben Ferguson Show. All right. I put a ton on to Facebook as well. Ben Ferguson. You can just put in there. You'll see it.
Did you want to come up here and tell me how I should live my life, Mad Jim?
Ben Ferguson.
I mean, nobody gets under your skin more right now than Rusty does, because you're in there with the rest of them. She put fucking dog leashes on you, motherfucker. Made you fucking sit and roll over.
And it is very clear that every major city in America that's run by Democrats is a city that is filled with violence.
And Wiggins says he's cut me out. I don't belong out here, but it's Billy, Hayden, constantly.
And a network of drug cartel.
Well, you better be careful, because Rusty has a wrench in my chat, and she decides to fucking, she wants to do something. She's just laughing at you. She's making videos or whatever she does, her artwork. And at the right time, poof. There you go.
This is a time where we as Republicans and conservatives, I think, have an opportunity to make real inroads.
Patrick Rowe needs to open his own chat, go up on his own panel and bitch about people instead of running around to fucking streamers and bitching about people. Mainly me. He's trying to be me. Wiggins said it a long time ago, months ago. Patrick Rowe's trying to be Billy Hayden.
If you restore the law and order. And then once you get that,
I know.
And you get that,
here, let's do it again. There's the link, and we'll see if you fucking click on it.
Because at that point,
I don't see anybody in my backstage. Ain't nobody leaving comments.
That start to be inspired to go out in their communities, to be involved in their communities. By the way, you know what? There's two things that are very interesting about.
Anybody can come up on my panel. Just like what JC says. I let anybody up. Everybody's welcome to come up.
Yeah. If Black lives really matter to the Democratic Party like they claim, then they would want young Black lives to not be set up for failure, but set up for success in a public school that is not a failure. By the way,
it takes a mother and a father to raise a child. Hillary Clinton is an idiot.
Know this, but did you know if you're in a high crime city, not only are you more likely to be in a failing school than a successful school, but you're also more likely to. Let me rephrase that. You're less likely to go to church. You look at the most high crime cities in America and look at the church attendance numbers. They are in historic declines. Why is that? Because you killed community. It used to be you walk to church in your neighborhood with your family, your friends, your neighbors. If you live in a violent city, in a violent neighborhood, the chances of you knowing your neighbors, going out with your neighbors, spending time with your neighbors, spending time in a community, spending time outside of your home with your family is very low. And if you want to know why we have so many empty churches on Sunday mornings in so many of these violent cities, yes, there is a direct correlation between failing schools and lack of faith in America in cities where there is crime and the criminals are running the city. There are some of the most beautiful churches that 70, 80% empty on Sunday mornings in these violent cities. Because the elderly, by the way, who I truly believe the elders, there's a reason why we have
a church in Potsdam, St. Mary's Church. Really nice building.
Churches.
Really nice church.
Statesmen, and if they're afraid to go
made
to
out
church
of sandstone
because they're afraid of the crime, and they don't feel
safe. It's got the color of sandstone.
They don't feel safe to go to the grocery stores. What happens?
Beautiful
they
church.
Become depressed. They end up sitting in their homes, and they end up.
Potsdam is a college town. That's where Clarkson University is, in SUNY Potsdam, where I went.
Crime isn't just
both places. And I'm an alumni at Hillsdale College. Granted, I did it through the mail.
In America today.
I did years ago.
So with the president, I encourage him to do.
Wasn't actually there on campus, but I did it through the mail.
But to go to these cities, regardless of what the local leaders say, and
they offer free courses
directly in these top 20 most
on American history.
Do a tour of America's worst cities. And don't walk in and criticize. Walk in and say life should be better than this. Life should be safer for you and your grandparents and your kids. Our churches and our schools should be places that people can't wait to go to. Your children should be able to play in your backyard, in your front yard, and not be behind bars on the windows because it's so crime-ridden. Your kids should be able to sit on the front porch at night and not be inside in case there's a drive-by shooting. Yes, that's a reality in many of the most dangerous cities in America.
Wiggin thinks he makes me talk.
I don't care who you are.
I sit here all alone. You're the one that comes here. I don't give a fuck.
Can I get an amen on that? You know that if you are in an unsafe area, you know if you're in a community that is not safe, you know it. I know it. You know it. Everybody knows it. You know how many people are stuck in a neighborhood that they wish they didn't live in because they're on a fixed income, they're retired, they're in Social Security, they lived their life, they did well, and unfortunately now they live in a community that they can't afford to get out of, and so they're stuck literally in hell? This is not hard to fix. Let me give you some stats to prove my point. DC violent crime has dropped 22% after Trump's crackdown. They've had 0 homicides in the last week. I'm going to read you this article. And every American, by the way, I will repost this article on my X account, at Ben Ferguson Show. I'll put it up on Instagram. Follow me, at Ben Ferguson Podcast. And I'll put these stats in my podcast so you can share it. But here are the stats. Violent crime in D.C. has dropped 22% over the last week following Trump's crackdown in the city, the article says. Fox News Digital detailed the stunning findings, which include the fact that as of Wednesday afternoon, there were not 1, not 2, not 3, not 10, not 15, not 20, but 0 murders in Washington, D.C. over the last 7 days. That is a feat that has not been seen for months. Fox News Digital also saw the further stunning statistics from the local police union, revealing that since Trump's federal takeover, carjackings have dropped by 80%. Robberies have dropped by 46%. 0 murders in D.C. during the past week. The White House officials' rapid response page also shared the news, detailing the, quote, dramatic reductions in crime. Here's a local report about it.
When the National Guard hit the ground in Washington last week, that city's crime fight went into overdrive. And now we're seeing the impact and the dramatic reductions in crime. When the National Guard rolled into Washington last week, the locals seemed skeptical.
The crime is minimal here. There's not really a lot of crime. It looks like window dressing to me.
But with the Guard on the ground, crime is on the decline. For the first time in a long time, D.C. has gone 7 days without a homicide. And that's not all. Carjackings are down 83%. Robberies are down 46%. Car thefts down 21%. And overall violent crime is down 22%.
When you have these kind of numbers going down, it basically says this is a success, and that means people feel safer.
Like many big cities,
What's up, Billy?
It is critically short-staffed.
People who don't feel safe aren't.
What's up?
Let me turn this down.
The National Police Association says it is right.
I'm on
Wait,
break.
you're at
right
work? You're at work? Obviously.
now. Yeah, my gloves on.
Not much. Just, doing my thing. So, I was on Alpesh Patel's panel earlier today.
Yeah.
Old Kittles. He come up here. I wouldn't let him up on the screen here. I put my face up there. He got mad and he left. He went straight to Alpesh Patel's place and to cry to Alpesh about Billy Hayden.
Welcome.
Says I'm a spammer. That's why he blocks me, but he fucking spams the chat with my name all the time.
Who, Patel?
He's probably, fucking patty cakes. He's probably drunk by now. He's fucking showing off his money and his booze today. But that would be a good debate. You and Patrick Rowe.
Hey, hello. See a bird flying around? Jessica, right? Melissa. How you doing? Tired? Yeah.
Cities in
You can get a weed pen on you, do you? No. Damn.
I washed mine when I got it not so long ago.
Damn. This day is dragging ass.
About 6 months in, I actually forgot to
Yeah.
lock the door one night.
Well, Billy, I gotta go, man. I gotta get back to
Well,
work.
get back to work.
There's no way in
Bye,
Say
bye.
hello to everybody for us.
that accident doesn't happen in Memphis, Tennessee.
Can you find the button?
Yeah, it
Be an option.
it takes
Here,
a
let me
while.
help. Here, let me help you. I'll see you later, kiddos.
You know
All right.
exactly what I'm talking about. Like, you understand it. Like, yeah, I mean, hell, when I was a little boy, we went to Botno, North Dakota to see my great grandmother. And when you grow up in Memphis, there's a lot of rules. My dad was, by the way, in law enforcement. So there was like, he knew, and we knew just how dangerous the city was. And I remember going to Botno, North Dakota to see my great grandmother. She was, I think, in her 80s at the time. And we got there, and there was two things as a little child I'll never forget. Number one, they always left the keys and the ignition in the car in the driveway. No one was stealing cars in Botno, North Dakota. They had a real sense of community. Number two, and this is even more important, they had a community where everybody walked and everybody went to church. When you have a safe city, you have a real community. People don't stay in their houses and lock their doors. They go outside and they have an open door policy to their family, their friends, and their neighbors. And the most amazing thing that ever happened when I was a little kid, it was one of those moments that, like, they say is a core memory, was when I was there, my great-grandmother looked at me. And I was a little kid, my sister was little, and she handed us money, and she said, you guys walk down the store and go get yourself some candy. And my parents said, yeah, y'all go down there. We looked at my mom and my dad like they were insane. When I lived in Memphis, my mom would walk out into the street to watch me walk down to our neighbor's house to make sure I made it safely, and I wasn't allowed to walk home until I called so they could walk outside and watch me walk back down the street. And those same parents are telling me in Botno, North Dakota, you can go to the grocery store and go shopping by yourself. I was like, what? I didn't even know what drugs were. I was so young, but I knew something wasn't right. Wouldn't it be nice if we got back to that way of life? And the President of the United States of America is telling every one of these cities, you can do this. We are ready to do it with you. We are ready to help you. And the only thing that's holding these cities back is the arrogance of the democratic Marxists and socialists and communists that are running these cities. They would rather their constituents live in fear. They would rather them OD on fentanyl. They would rather them be raped. They would rather them be shot. They'd rather them be murdered than to actually work with Donald Trump. Because Orange Man apparently is so bad that they just can't work with him. 1-877-381-3811. 1-877-381-3811. Ben Ferguson filling in for the great one. Follow me on X. You can send me all your comments during the break at Ben Ferguson Show. If you're on Instagram, at Ben Ferguson Podcast. And on Facebook, just Ben Ferguson put in. I'll read them all during the break. We'll be right back.
Much love. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news. 5.9
Recently back from our listener sea cruise. It was an amazing trip with a great group. Now I'm excited to announce our next sea cruise.
Hey, Tony, I just peeked into Al Pesha's chat. I see Wiggin posted there. And it doesn't, on my phone, it doesn't show the timestamp. Wiggin following Patrick New York around. New York Patrick there has Wiggin all fucking kinds of fucked up. Wiggin doesn't like Yankees. That's why he's doing that. Especially with the name Patrick New York. I should name myself Billy New York.
Earlier accident on eastbound 66 at Westmoreland Street is on the right shoulder, but still a slow go from the Leesburg Pike.
So there's Wiggin and fucking Alpesh's chat. Looks like Alpesh is on break or something. Getting late over there. 11 o'clock at night.
More delays through Silver Spring and some slowing through Landover, and the outer loop is heavy from Van George Street to the Wilson Bridge. Now from GarageRepair.com, the WMAS still watch summer forecast.
Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 64. Tomorrow, sunny, high near 84.
At the new Verizon store in Watertown, get the best of Verizon. Find all the latest deals on new devices, your favorites in music and streaming, and all the accessories you need. Switch today and pay $50 a month.
Tony, you have any idea what time Wiggin posted in his chat? Because the comments are there from earlier from when Patrick left the panel, and it's been pretty quiet at his chat. I fucking laid down at, I don't know, 2:30 or whatever time it was. Next thing I know, it's fucking 5:45. I took a long nap. I took a long nap.
You can stay longer and save more on select properties. Gotta love a win-win. Book the perfect summer getaway today with Thurbo Private Vacation Rentals. Your future self will thank you later.
This week on Celeb News, the Hollywood glow-up you never saw coming. It's DirecTV. They're shaking things
Just type that into your search bar and you can't miss it.
They only look like $1 million, baby. They got packs with live TV and streaming for one sexy low price. Slay! Wait, DirecTV is receiving a Lifetime Achievement Award. It's DirecTV like you've never seen it.
So yeah, I'm watching his chat on the other. He's there as friggin' Wiggin.
Plenty of late model vehicles, low miles on the lot right now, like a loaded 2016 Lincoln.
Wiggin he thinks he has game. He ain't got no game.
Beautiful, low miles, just $27,999. A 2018 Toyota 4Runner, $59,000.
Best you can do is record me and make your little fucking AI and or do your commentary and shit. You won't even do it in real time.
A message from the National Police Association. It used to be that any able-bodied person would offer to assist a police officer in danger. Now, passers-by are more likely to take a
You got Charlie mad at you.
better use for your phone when an officer's in trouble. Call 911.
Charlie can't troll me like when he thinks you and I are battle buddies.
To learn more about how you can assist law enforcement, visit
It is pathetic. He's pathetic.
That's nationalpolice.org.
You're pathetic. Your little girlfriend is pathetic. She's fucking new on the scene too. I thought you didn't like new people. You're fucking against new people. You took her in awful fucking quick. She fucking said hi to you. Yeah. No, it's not Roe. It's Patrick New York he commented on. There's a beef between him and Patrick New York, Charlie.
Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you
Acid's not even at his microphone. He's doing something else. But he didn't post that for Patrick Rowe. He posted that for Patrick New York, Charlie. That's who he's talking to over there. You look at it.
answer a few health questions and get your free code at ethos.com/today. Ethos.com/today. You know, Americans love using their credit cards.
So it's obvious Patrick New York is not an Erasure Rain fan. Unless he's just doing it. That's what he does. That's what he does.
Untested payment networks that jeopardize your data security and rewards. Tell Congress to guard your card because Americans lose when politicians choose. Learn more at guardyourcard.com. Guardyourcard.com. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Making sense of your world. News Talk 105.9.
And if you don't believe me, Charlie, go to JC's chat where you will find Patrick New York and post at him.
Making sense of the news.
He's not happy at Wiggin telling him what chat he can go to. Wiggin says, I got a lot of enemies. But nobody likes me. He's got a lot of enemies, but nobody likes Billy. Nobody listens to me.
GC Crime has has gone 7 days without a homicide. Carjacking's down 83%. Robbery's down 46%. Car theft's down 21%.
Don't go to the Smithsonian yet. It's not quite safe.
And the president has said it. I am here to help. There are other cities. If you want our help, I am here to help. 1-800 or 1-877 381 3811 1-877-381 3811. All right, Mr. Producer, where do you want me to go first? There's a lot of names up there. You tell me. All right, let's go to David. You're in one of the most dangerous cities in America, Denver, Colorado. Nice to have you with us on the Mark Levin Show. How are you?
I'm doing great, Ben. Thank you for taking my call.
Oh, it's Matt.
Guest hosting for the great one. And yes, this is one of the worst crime cities in America. I've been working on a project for 11 years called Race City, Colorado.
See, Wiggin was wondering where my angels are at.
Denver.
You guys are all my angels.
Number one in bank robberies, number one in cocaine use, number one in package theft. We are.
Or you are an angel.
In property crime, we are the third least safe state in America. We are number 5 in drug use and addiction. We're the worst state, number 5 worst state to drive in, and we're the 19th freest state in America. And we have the number 8 most.
We were all at Will Durant yesterday.
Number 10 highest rate.
All of us.
Trafficking. That's Denver, Colorado, thanks to Mike Johnston. And, I've been working on that for 11 years, so I know all the stats. I've done all the research. We've done all of the programmatic and planning to build Race City to replace Denver, because Denver and this crime does 3 things. I call it.
And you guys are driving Wiggin nuts.
Destroys your business.
All right, and he takes it out on me, but I can handle it. You go right ahead.
Which is destroyed the tax base here.
That's why he didn't want me to say anything to Rusty, because she'd take it out on him. So I didn't address Rusty. I left her alone.
Putting legal immigrants ahead of American citizens.
But she still trolled me to do it just on purpose.
Never, ever, ever forget that as well, David. And I go back to this. If you're in Denver,
but I can handle it.
You want Donald Trump to call in the National Guard. We'll be right back.
Hey, Wiggin. Wiggin.
News Talk 105.
They're not happy with you, boy.
Thanks for taking my call.
Making sense of the new.
At the new Verizon store in Watertown, get the best of Verizon.
You're not providing the content they're looking for, Wiggin.
And all the accessories you need. Switch today and pay $50 a month for a single line. That's right.
If we're so bad, why even hang out with us?
Welcome with auto pay plus taxes and fees. So come in now and let the savings begin. Stop by the new Verizon store at 129 Arsenal Yards Boulevard in Watertown today. $15 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply.
A better life with Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
Chronic stress is something we've talked a lot about, how it can hurt you in so many ways. But good stress can also be really beneficial if it's the right kind and the right amount. I recently talked about this on my podcast with Dr. Sharon Berkowitz. She's the author of The Stress Paradox, Why You Need Stress to Live.
Wiggin is struggling. He really is struggling. You got people like Randy that want me completely off of YouTube. They don't think that I should go live. I don't have a right to be here. So they do things to try to make you mad, to discourage you. That's what they do to people. Now, when I opened this stream, when Doug come up here, JC was the first one up here on this panel. In the statement she made. I imagine those streams are out there. I have the address to that. It just won't let me recover. I can go to that channel. Now, maybe they took them down. With the free, they won't, after a year, they drop videos. I don't make videos, just the streams. I just do streams. See, this is what Wigan wanted. We needed more male streamers. Well, Wigan doesn't want me to be me. Wigan wants me to be who he wants me to be. And it's just not going to happen. Now, you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back. Obviously. Thinks I'm out here looking for pussy. And even if I am, look at you. What do you call that thing you're with? Fucking, she's kissing your cancer. Hurry up and die. That's all I can think of. If I was her, when I kiss that, if I could, like, hurry up and die, please. Wigan. Done beating this dead horse. Dead horse. The Billy picks his nose. Yeah, Evil McDonald. Yeah, I like Evil McDonald. That's a good troll, Evil McDonald. Can't see it. Oh, Jesus, I just noticed that Matt's got a wrench in Elpesh's chat. You can't see the fucking thing. That motherfucker was picking his nose. Taking his glasses on and off, telling her to bring his glasses. He's got these reading glasses. That motherfucker can't see. Once them glasses come off your face, boy, you what are you going to do? You can't even fucking see. Fucking Mary Birdie could have fucking is faster than you are. There it is. That fucking fit your thumb up your nose. That's the look of what can I do about Billy Hayden? This Billy Hayden, I just, your hatred is eating you up, boy. Let me help you out. Look at the fucking, what the fuck is that on your forehead? You lay down a lot? Is that where your fucking head hits the pillow? On that grungy old fucking couch you had to get rid of? Huh? She didn't want to sit her pretty little ass on that fucking thing. Yeah. I should have got a better shot of this when I did it. I was fucking laughing too. It just had me fucking laughing. Right? She kissed that motherfucker. And that's not the one where her lips are actually touching his fucking side of his head right there. She's tickling that motherfucker with that birthmark she claims she has. Swear to God, she used to have a post there and it got infected. Something happened and it scarred up. That's what I thought it was at first, was a post through her lip. She'd sit there, she'd turn her camera on, start all at Dougie's. I see what you said about Doug. You fucking bitch. Look at the fucking look on his face. Look at them fucking squinty little fucking eyes. No teeth, all face.
The used car dealer.
Did you go live, Wigan?
If you have ugly yellow toe fungus, you got to hear about
Yellow toe fungus. Where are you, Patrick Rowe? Friggin' Wiggin is Jara Wiggin. That's fucking Tom Carlisle.
You can check it out at crystalflush.com.
Fucking,
Jake
that's
started off with
skin cancer.
a small spot on his big toe, and then it spread and got really bad. His toes were nasty. It was so embarrassing. He was afraid to take his socks off. He hid his yellow and crumbly toes from everyone. He tried everything to get rid of it. Nothing helped. And then we found crystalflush.com. It was the only thing that worked. In just a few weeks, his toes looked amazing. He's now walking around barefoot again. You guys need to try this. I'm telling you, this stuff is different. It's not sold in stores, but go check it out at crystalflush.com. They'll even let you try it risk-free, so you have nothing to lose. But whatever you do, don't let it get worse. You don't have to live with this anymore. Go check it out now. Just click over to crystalflush.com.
Here's Michelle Murray in the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
The accident on 395 southbound between Shirlington and King Street now moved to the shoulder, but traffic is still slow from Washington Boulevard, and the northbound side still slow from Boundary Channel to the 14th Street Bridge. 95 still some delays southbound from Newington in towards Woodbridge. After that, everything is moving well. Beltway Inner Loop still delays from 123 to the 270 spur, and more delays through Bethesda in towards College Park. Outer Loop is heavy from Van Dorn Street to the Wilson Bridge, and some slowing on the outer loop between the road and the Georgetown Pike, and still some delays on westbound 66 heading in towards Centerville. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Storm Watch and Forecast.
Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 64. Right now, 72 in Washington. I'm Heather Curtis on WMAL.
Now on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. Mark Levin.
We have once again made contact with our leader.
The Ben Show, Ben Ferguson with you, and it's so nice to have you with us this evening as we continue to talk about some big breaking news. Not only is crime down in Washington, D.C., and I'll continue to take your phone calls on that. I'll ask the same question I asked earlier. If you live in one of the most dangerous cities in America, do you want your mayor to say yes to working with Donald Trump, yes to bringing in the National Guard, yes to fighting crime the way they are in Washington, D.C.? 1-877-381-3811. Now, if you can't get through, you can send me your thoughts on this on X. Follow me there at Ben Ferguson Show. If you're on Instagram, follow me there. I put up a lot of really good stuff. I'd love to keep in touch with you there at Ben Ferguson Podcast. And don't forget, I do a podcast. So if you'll listen, I'd love for you to download the Ben Ferguson Podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Now, I want to put something else on your radar screen, and it's probably something that you've not heard about because the media doesn't want to talk about this story.
That's Bud Noble. That's Bud Nobles, by the way. I'll be back with him in a commercial. It is fucker.
We now know he is apparently a former Democratic aide. Quote,
he's teaching us sign language.
The court, argued this IRS lawyer. Anthony Sacco. He is a top IRS lawyer involved in, quote, high-level policy interpretations and has advocated action to resist President Trump and holds radical far-left policy positions, pushing for Democrats to abolish prisons, for example. And anytime you don't get the ruling you want at the Supreme Court, just pack the court to, quote, defy Trump. Anthony Sacco is an attorney for the powerful IRS Office of Chief Counsel. He's openly advocated for far-left positions for years prior to joining the agency. This coming from a Daily Wire review of his social media that has been found. Sacco, who holds a key role in interpreting complicated federal tax law, has called for people to, quote, resist the GOP and attack the police. Sounds exactly like what you would get in the Democratic Party from socialists, communists, and Marxists, right? Now, Sacco has co-authored multiple revenue rulings, including as recently as April the 17th of this year. That would be 3 months into the Trump administration. Revenue rulings are official IRS interpretations of how tax laws are applied in specific situations and impact how government officials, tax professionals, and also you, the taxpayers, maintain compliance with federal law. Now, before joining the IRS in September of 2022, by the Biden administration, Sacco worked under the Oregon Democratic Senator Ron Wyden for the Senate Finance Committee. That's according to his own LinkedIn profile. His social media activity demonstrated a strong opposition to President Trump and his administration. In 2020, for example, he attacked Republicans ahead of the Senate vote to confirm Amy Coney Barrett to the Supreme Court, saying this: the Republican Party has completely obliterated principles, integrity, and norms. Screw going high, pack the court. Hashtag resist, hashtag GOP, hashtag election, hashtag vote, hashtag pack the court. Now, shortly after all of this came out, the Daily Wire reached out to Sacco for comment.
Justine, why do you have a wrench?
What did he do? Exactly what liberals are.
How the fuck did you get a wrench?
He locked his X account, restricted who can see his posts, but not before the Daily Wire archived and saved all of them. Sacco did not respond to the inquiry. Briefed on the post by the Daily Wire, Arkansas Republican Senator Tom Cotton said Sacco should be fired immediately. With deep state leftists in its leadership, it's no wonder the IRS has repeatedly targeted conservatives and conservative organizations, Cotton said to Daily Wire. This individual should be fired immediately. Sacco is currently one of the main attorneys, like not low level, not mid level, one of the top dogs, right? The main attorneys in the IRS Chief Counsel Office, who specializes in looking to...
Charlie, Justine has a wrench. All right? She can see you.
The revenue ruling he drafted in April, for example, withdrew one he had written under Biden, which increased regulations on certain business partnerships. It was based on an executive order from Trump ordering his...
I want you to read this.
Regulations, meaning...
This is Bud No Balls. Look at this motherfucker.
For putting his orders into effect. According to one senior Republican aide who worked on finance issues in the Senate, Sacco's...
Let's not bore you with that for a minute. And let me read this from Bud's channel. This is one of his posts. I am more real than anyone on YouTube. I am never fake. I am strong, and I shall rise more powerful than anyone else. Let the haters hate. I don't care. Just shows they are weak to attack me. This includes all at a certain panel. I will not let you destroy me. I shall prevail. I am strong. Watch me follow me, talk smack. Watch me, follow me, talk smack about me. You are nothing to me. This is why I never go to your panel. So not really sure who he's talking to there. This was 5 days ago. Now, it says here he has 435 subscribers. Justine, you should, with that wrench, you should go to your block list and clear it. Since you got a wrench in my chat. Unless you're Patrick New York and you changed your identity with the wrench, because I've done that. Wolfie used to let me do that all the time. I'd clone people with that fucking wrench in her chat. It was hilarious. This is the homepage of Bud Noble. I am a weather nerd and I love storm chasing and strong tornadoes. The stronger the storm, the happier I am. I hope you all like my videos. I love chatting and hanging around with everyone. Hope you all have a blessed 2025. Please be respectful to me and my friends. I don't take racism kindly and I don't take hate towards others kindly. Just be respectful. Aw, Bud Noble. So he joined June 8th, 2023, and he's got 79,000 views. I joined this one here like in October or November last year. I think it was October. And I'm approaching 60,000. Not even a year. Yeah, if you have a wrench in somebody's chat, if you have somebody blocked, you won't see them. You should clear your block list. So I thought I'd surprise you, Justine. If I can surprise to see that wrench on your name when you posted. And you guys want his email? He's got his email up there too. Where are we at? Right here. Yeah, email. All right, email me. Yeah.
So for today's sign language lesson, we will be working on numbers 1 through 20. First it'll be 1 through 10. Second it'll be 10 through 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You want my attention, bud? You're getting it.
9, 10. We'll do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we'll do numbers 10 through 20.
All I can tell you, Justine, is Wiggin wanted war. He chose
11,
war with Billy.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now we'll do it again. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I was wrong. Now we'll do some more standard signs. Boy, boy, girl, mother, father. Those are just general overall family signs. Boy, girl, mother, father.
Does that make you hot, Wiggin? Huh?
Watching, and
You take him under your wing?
tomorrow. So for today's sign language lesson, we'll be working on numbers. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. And that is the alphabet in sign language. I will repeat it one more time. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V,
You're just not getting any views, though. And I'm looking at it, right? I'm looking at your videos. 110 views on the 2 months ago. Lightning storm. Oh, you're a storm chaser. Ooh. Then garden veggies, right? You got 42 views and 154 views, 81 views, 38 views, 10 views, 15 views, 24 views, 64 views, 81 views, 70 views, 53, 54, 23 views. Basketball, sports, it just nobody goes to your channel, bud. But you got fucking 435 subscribers. How's that work out? Like Wiggins says, JC, where do you find these people at?
Thing that really ticked me off. News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news.
Somehow on the Chris Pine Show, it's funny how the media loved it when Joe Biden put 25,000 National Guard troops in Washington. Huh, I am on WMAL.
Welcome back. It is the Mark Levent Show. Ben Ferguson with you. It is so nice to have you with us tonight, and the great one will be back with you, Mangione. All right. An appeals court, and this is big news. A New York appeals court has thrown out a $500 million penalty against Donald Trump. Letitia James, that crazy, insane civil case. It's another story and another big victory for the President of the United States of America. The court ruled that this was an excessive fine that actually violated the 8th Amendment. Yes, it violated it. And that's exactly why they said no. The appellate court throwing out the $500 million civil fraud penalty against the sitting president in this, quote, high-profile case brought by that radical leftist New York Attorney General. Now, remember, when she was running for office, what did she say she was going to do? She was going to make sure that Donald Trump knew her name. She said, if you vote for me, I'm going after Donald Trump. And that's exactly what she did. And when she went after Donald Trump, she also fundraised off of it, saying, give me your money. I'm the one trying to lock up Donald Trump. Well, now we have real justice. The New York Appellate Division overturning the penalty, ruling that this was egregious. It was an excessive fine that clearly violates the 8th Amendment. The 5-member panel all upheld findings that Trump and his companies were liable, affirming that James acted within her authority and that this, injunctive relief to curb Trump's organization practices, as they described it, were appropriate. And remember, this is a liberal court. But here's the other part you need to understand. The ruling leaves liability intact, but eliminates the massive financial penalty of $364 million plus interest, which actually rises to around $500 million. Trump took to Truth Social to declare, quote, a total victory and railed against James and the original trial judge. You may remember him as Arthur. James claimed a win too, of course, because the left always does that, noting that the appeals court upheld the findings of fraud and restrictions on Trump's businesses, and she pledged to appeal the penalty decision. Total victory, she said, is fake news. Yes, Trump. There you go. That's who she's going after. Here's the other thing that was interesting. Listen carefully. Quote, I greatly respect the fact the court had the courage to throw out this unlawful and disgraceful decision.
Frivolous lawsuit. They should go to jail for that.
Others were afraid to do business there. The amount, including interest and penalties, was over $550 million. It was a political
waste of taxpayers' money
in a business sense, the likes of which no one has ever seen before. The court, by the way, agreed with the president on that. Trump also blasted the case as election interference, saying it was tried during the 2024 presidential campaign, locking him up in court instead of out on the campaign trail. He also praised Justice David Friedman, who issued a partial dissent. Friedman wrote that James' true aim was political and argued the entire case should be dismissed. He said her ultimate goal was not market hygiene, but political hygiene, ending with the derailment of President Trump's political career and the destruction of his real estate business. Friedman also blasted James' use of Section 6312 of New York's executive law, which gives the state attorney general broad power to pursue civil fraud claims. He wrote that it was unprecedented and political, giving James essentially limitless power to prosecute her political opponents, which, if you go back to her own words, that's what she said she was going to do. Elect me, vote for me, keep me in office, send me your money, and I'm going to lock up Donald Trump and his family. Friedman wrote that Trump's business deals involved sophisticated parties, who, by the way, profited without harming the public, and concluded he would reverse the judgment and dismiss the complaint. Now, Section 6312 has never been used in the way it is being used in this case. He continued to write, namely to attack successful, private commercial transactions, negotiated at arm's length between highly sophisticated parties, fully capable of monitoring and defending their own interests. Friedman continued, all parties to these private transactions profited handsomely from the deals, from which there were no negative effects on the public interest. So this was one of those like victimless crimes. No one was hurt. Everybody made money. And what did they do? They went after the president of the United States of America instead. It's disgusting. 1-877-381-3811. Ben Ferguson filling in for the great one. We'll be right back.
How many times have you told someone, if it ain't broke, don't fix it? Well, that's great advice for most things, but not so much for a cell phone. See, over time, the battery life fades, and it's fallen in the toilet perhaps one too many times. Fortunately, thanks to Pure Talk, your cell phone is something you can replace without feeling guilty. When you switch to Pure Talk this month, they're going to give you a Samsung Galaxy A36 for free with a $35 qualifying plan. Just $35 a month for talk, text, and data, and a free Samsung phone, a scratch-resistant Gorilla Glass, and a battery that lasts all day. All on America's most dependable 5G network. Look, supporting companies like Pure Talk is a really good thing. You win by cutting your cell phone bill in half. They win by hiring more Americans and helping more veterans. Make the switch in as little as 10 minutes. Dial pound 250, say keyword Mark Levin to get your free phone today. That's pound 250, say Mark Levin. Switch to my wireless company, America's wireless company, Pure Talk.
In Arlington, 395 northbound is jammed up from Boundary Channel Drive to 14th Street. On the westbound side of 66 in Centerville, stop and go between 28 and 29. On 95 in Virginia, southbound in Lorton, jammed up between the Lorton exit 123. Into Tyson's, the inner loop of the Beltway is stop and go between 123 and the 270 spur in Montgomery County. And in Montgomery County, on the inner loop of the Beltway, traffic is slow in Bethesda between Rockville Pike and University Boulevard. And now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Storm Watch 7 forecast.
Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 64. Tomorrow, sunny, high near 84.
At the new Verizon store in Watertown, get the best of Verizon. Find all the latest deals on new devices, your favorites in music and streaming, and all the accessories you need. Switch today and pay $50 a month for a single line. That's right, just $50 a month when you bring in your phone on unlimited welcome with autopay plus taxes and fees. So come in now and let the savings begin. Stop by the new Verizon store at 129 Arsenal Yards Boulevard in Watertown today. $15 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply.
It's sunshine savings at Widget Auto Sales, a used car leader. Plenty of late model vehicles with low miles on the lot right now, like a loaded 2016 Lincoln MKX, only $15,999, or a 2020 Acura TLX, beautiful, low miles, just $27,999. A 2018 Toyota 4Runner, 59,000 miles, would look perfect in your driveway. Hey, the sun is shining at Widget Auto Sales on out of Washington Street, and see them online at widgetautosales.com, the used car leader.
Hey, if this sounds very familiar, it's probably time for your shingle shot. Yep, if you're 50 or older, protect yourself from shingles, a painful rash that can last for weeks and even cause nerve damage. Shingrix vaccine is 97% effective, and it's available right now. See your provider or pharmacist, or visit KinneyDrugs.com to schedule today.
This week on Celeb News, a new power couple emerges. Live TV and streaming apps are tying the knot with DirecTV's My Entertainment Genre Pack. 50 plus live channels together with Disney Plus, Hulu, and HBO Max, all for one low price. And that's just one of DirecTV's amazing new genre packs. Save some power for the other couples, you guys. It's DirecTV like you've never seen. New residential customers. Auto renews monthly. Cancel anytime. Apps vary by pack. Prices may vary for third parties. Credit card and restrictions apply. 18 plus. See details at directtv.com/genre packs.
How do you make an Airbnb a Virgo? Picture a vacation rental with a host who's showing you every room like you've never seen a house before. Now get rid of them. There you go. No host ever. Now it's a Verbo. Make it a Verbo.
At the new Verizon store in Watertown, get the best of Verizon. Find all the latest deals on new devices, your favorites in music and streaming, and all the accessories you need. Switch today and pay $50 a month for a single line. That's right, just $50 a month when you bring in your phone on unlimited welcome with autopay plus taxes and fees. So come in now and let the savings begin. Stop by the new Verizon store at 129 Arsenal Yards Boulevard in Watertown today. $15 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE.
So how was work?
I went home early.
Huh?
I went home early.
How come?
I wasn't feeling very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I started that Wegovy, that drug Wegovy, that weight loss treatment drug.
Yeah.
And it got me really nauseous feeling today. I took my first shot yesterday. And
wait till you take it for a while. One of the side effects is soreness at the injection site.
Yeah.
So you got the needle, right? Where you stick it in your body somewheres, and it's to lower your sugar, right?
No, it's to lower your weight. It's a weight loss.
Right. It's to lower. It allows your pancreas to. It all has to do with your insulin. It's actually that pen is made for diabetics. That's what that pen was designed for. That's what that medication is for. It's actually for type 2 diabetic.
Oh.
That's what that pen is for.
Well, it's got me feeling nauseous today.
I do imagine that, I guess, if you're type 1, because they have to take shots, a type 1 diabetic.
Yeah.
But that's what that's for. That's for people with that was designed for people with diabetes. Diabetes is the number one cause of death. Diabetes leads to heart disease and other fucking dysfunctions. It's all in how your body processes sugars. If you're not active, you don't burn calories, you end up like Mary Bernie.
Yeah, that Wegovy. My wife's on it, and she's lost a lot of weight.
So she knows what some of the side effects, and it depends. You can have soreness. wherever you give yourself, if you put it in the same area and you want it close to your pancreas, that's where you want it to go to.
Yeah, I put it right underneath my belly button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then some of the other side effects, it doesn't happen to everybody, but yeah, obviously it has to do with your digestive system and how you digest food. If you eat the wrong food, your body, I heard Monica say she tasted like whatever fucking she's puking up. Just what we need. It tastes like bile.
Yeah. So I had to go home. I'm not feeling good. My stomach hurts.
I ain't not really missing much. I got wigging pretty good today. I went to Alpesh's chat. There's Patrick Rowe. Patrick Rowe come in here. He's mad because I do this when he comes on my panel.
Oh. Oh, Patrick Rowe.
That's all it takes right there. And then I turned him down, the dumb fart. All right. Not one kind thing to say. They can't say one kind thing, kiddos. Can they? Or they can't, add something, have something interesting to talk about. He was flashing $100 bills up there.
Who was?
Patrick Rowe.
Oh.
He must have took his life savings out of the fucking bank so he could flash it on panel.
Hey, I gotta get myself a cup of coffee. I'll be right back.
Well, I'm turning my news back up.
Of 1.4 million. They added more than 10,000 illegal aliens in the first 2 years of the Biden administration. Now, why is this so significant? The Biden administration knew what they were doing, and they knew they were overseeing a massive surge of illegal aliens in non-border states. It would help them when it came to redistricting and to how many representatives different states receive based on population. They knew that illegal immigrants were going to be counted in the census. And that's exactly why. When the barbed wire was put down at the southern border in Texas, Joe Biden sent in what? Forklifts to raise it up to allow more illegals into the country. You look at illegal aliens in New Jersey, for example, which election predators say could become a swing state over the next 10 years. In Texas, a GOP stronghold the Democrats have long sought to flip to their side. Texas alone, during the first 2 years of the Biden administration, absorbed about 500,000 illegal aliens in just the first 2 years under Biden. Now, New Jersey saw an influx of more than 150,000 illegal aliens during that same period.
Isn't that something?
Pew Research Center estimates that the illegal alien population also had a record in 2023 under Biden at more than 14 million. Now, again, this was
illegal alien. Phil Collins.
Scholarly estimates from years prior suggest the illegal alien population today in 2025 is well above 22 million, which brings us back to reality. Why is Donald Trump doing so much to secure the border? And why is Donald Trump doing so much to make sure the census doesn't count illegal aliens? And why is Donald Trump doing so much to make sure that illegal immigrants are not given the right to vote so they alter and change our elections? Because he understands what the Biden administration was trying to do. They were trying to pack swing states with well over 1 million illegal aliens from day one of the Biden administration within the first 2 years. And what happened after we had an open border policy during those first 2 years? They then rolled out the red carpet for illegal aliens. They started giving them hotel rooms and credit cards and cell phones and food. They started giving them everything to entice them to flood America. Now, you may ask yourself this question. Why do we not have the numbers after 2022? Because there's so many people we're trying to count. There are so many illegal immigrants that are in this country, which goes back to what Donald Trump has been saying since the very beginning. If you don't have a secure border, you don't have a country. And now we understand the plan. The The Biden administration said, let's pack the swing states just like we want to pack the Supreme Court. And then we'll give them amnesty and they'll vote for us forever. And that's exactly why Donald Trump is fighting it so hard right now. I want to get your phone calls. 877-381-3811. 877-381-3811. Ben Ferguson filling in for Mark Levin. Let's get some of your phone calls in here. Mr. Producer, where do you want me to go first? Let's go to Susan in New York. Welcome. You're on the Mark Levin Show. Ben Ferguson with you. So nice to have you with us. Hi.
I always love hearing you. I'm going to get involved with your podcast there. But I wanted to just say, well, I spent like 30 or 40 years in Brooklyn and New York City under Giuliani and, well, before.
Hey, kiddos, I'm looking for something, so I got to do this for a minute.
Great. And then the downfall after, how fast it go down. But it brings me back to a time that I don't think most people even really think about. But I lived in outside Detroit. My dad was in the auto industry in my high school years in the 70s. And how dangerous. I mean, one time we went, with my friends to a Tigers game and we got lost. And I thought I was going to die that night. We somehow got out of it. But what happened over a few decades was that Detroit got so bad from all the corruption, lawlessness, undereducation, drug. I mean, it was bedlam. And then, like in 2014, 100 miles or more was demolished of these towns like Warren, maybe Hamtramck. I can't remember all of them, but, like just close to where General Motors headquarters was. And it's demolished. People fled the city. Their mortgages were underwater, which John Cassidy has talked about. That if things get so bad and your mortgage is underwater and the crime is so bad, people just picked up and left their homes. People need to really, you can go on, you can read about this. This didn't happen 100 years ago, 50 years ago. This happened, over just when the downward spiral starts, it can end up like that. And God forbid, Queens, Brooklyn, if this. I mean, what do you think? Do you think
this is all being done on purpose, and it's what I've said for a long time. It's all being done on purpose. And if people don't understand that, then you're stupid. And they understood what they were doing. This was not an accident. There was clearly a well thought out, deliberate plan to totally remake the United States of America. One of the things that I think people didn't pay attention to in all that we're describing right now is, and this is honestly a really important one, they understood that the illegal immigrants they're allowing to come in this country were coming from either countries filled with corruption and crime. So they just wanted out and they wanted a better life. And they knew they'd have no problem advocating for the Democratic Party, especially as the Democratic Party was moving to socialism and communism.
Notice she doesn't show her teeth.
Looked so much better than where they came from. If you flood this country with 22 million people that grew up under socialism or communism or dictators and tyrants, the way they would sell the Democratic Party would look amazing. And if you give them amnesty, then they're going to vote for you forever. It's called buying votes. It's the easiest way I can describe it. It is buying votes. And that's exactly what they wanted to do. They wanted to buy votes. And they said, bring them in. And how did they entice them? They gave them everything. You want to stay in a 4-star hotel? Yeah, come on to New York City. You want to.
Now this is what Monica wants you to believe they are.
Come on down. We would absolutely love for you to be in America. You want food stamps? We got you covered. There's no problem here.
Randy probably made that for her.
We would love to have you. This is the problem with the Democrats.
They just love each other over there.
It is filled with Marxist, socialists, and communists. Look at the guy running in New York City. I have no doubt he's going to win. The reason why I think he's going to win is because I think all of the same people have basically left during the lockdowns of COVID. You don't have enough conservative voters there anymore to tackle a declared socialist, a communist who believes in doesn't believe in personal rights or even personal property rights, believes the state should be in charge of everything. The state should be in charge of grocery stores. The state should be in charge of businesses. He believes that everyone that's rich is evil except for his parents, which will bail him out if anything doesn't happen in his life. This guy's like never really even held a job. And he's even admitted that, like, if his social experiment doesn't work, like in his own life, his parents will bail him out. So he's in favor of the rich people as long as they're in his family. Which is, by the way, have you ever met a leader that is poor in the communist, socialist, or Marxist movement? No, they're always well taken care of. Now look at Vladimir Putin last week. He doesn't have any wants. He doesn't have any needs. Like he's loving this right now.
Mr. Charisma.
He doesn't care who suffers or dies in the cold winters or in the war with Ukraine.
There's the new ODV right there.
What they
only his teeth might be in better shape. Look at his fucking teeth.
It's exactly what they want to happen. They want
them motherfuckers got fucking razor teeth. Look at them fucking gaps between his fucking teeth.
It's not even that they want them to be poor. They want them to be dependent on their government. And poor people don't rise up often. They don't organize well. You have to understand that. They don't organize well at all. 1-877-381-3811, 1-877-381-3811. Ben Ferguson filling in for the great one, Marco Ben. You can follow me on Instagram at Ben Ferguson Podcast and on X, Ben Ferguson Show, or on Facebook, Ben Ferguson. And don't forget, grab my podcast, the Ben Ferguson Podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. We'll be right back.
Mark Levin.
Folks, I want to talk to you about something that's deeply personal to me as a proud American and Jew, and that is the people of Israel. The Bible, both the Torah, the Jewish scriptures, and the Christian New Testament make it clear God's promises to Israel are everlasting. And now more than ever, Christians and Jews must come together to defend.
Look at them high cheekbones, huh?
Of Israel. That's why I've partnered with the International Fellowship of Christians.
That's
Jews.
scary right there.
Years, this trusted ministry.
That's a fucking scary face.
Food, care, and critical life-saving aid to Israel's most vulnerable, the poor and the elderly. Many of whom are
Rob Noxious doesn't have the balls to come here, Charlie.
About standing with our allies and honoring the shared biblical heritage that binds Jews and Christians together. So I'm asking you, my fellow patriots, my fellow believers.
She has a wrench over at Tom Flash's. That's that fucking Night Wolf. You used to be in Shannon's chat.
LEVIN4thefellowship.org.
It's sunshine savings at Widget Auto Sales, a used car leader. Plenty of late model vehicles with low miles on the lot right now, like a loaded 2016 Lincoln MKX, only $15,999, or a 2020 Acura TLX, beautiful, low miles, just $27,999. A 2018 Toyota 4Runner, 59,000 miles, would look perfect in your driveway. Hey, the sun is shining at Widget Auto Sales on Ottawa, Washington Street.
Do I see Angie's real pic?
The used car leader.
That's Angie.
At the new Verizon store in Watertown, get the best of Verizon. Find all the latest deals on new devices. Your favorites.
Why is that fucker doing
all the
that?
accessories you need. Switch today and pay $50 a month for a single line. That's right, just $50 a month when you bring in your phone on unlimited welcome with AutoPay plus taxes and fees. So come in.
I was reading when I was 2.
Arsenal Yards Boulevard in Watertown today.
Ask my mother.
Over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply.
Living room cat naps, where they're safe from fleas and ticks, right? Not necessarily. Even indoor cats need flea.
Gotti was licking her pussy yesterday, calling her beautiful, and she's giving him a hard on. Gotti, kiss it.
Which one's best for your cat? And then keep your kitty safe all summer and all year round. Shop now at chewy.com/flea and tick.
You're a pro. You can make a 5-ton HVAC condenser purr like a sleeping kitten. Weeds cower at your mere presence. The only thing cleaner than your clients' homes is your reputation. So why is a pro like you still stuck in the endless cycle of paperwork, scheduling, spreadsheets, and chasing invoices? Automate your office and get back to what you love with Java, the all-in-one tool that fits your entire office in your back pocket. Start your free trial today at java.com.
Look at the bottom lip on that fucker, Charlie.
If you are like most
most people,
Look at the bottom lip on him.
on your phone today. Maybe you missed out on getting some things done because of it. But according to new research out of the UK, your phone might not be the problem when it comes to distraction. The study's author said, while users unsurprisingly engage
Look at the fucking lips on that motherfucker.
is easily accessible, the amount of time spent on work and non-work activities and the fragmentation of their workday does not seem to depend on the smartphone's accessibility. In other words, people distract themselves with whatever is around themselves. The best thing you can do is to set some boundaries about when, where, and how you use your phone. I have found that setting up some VIP alerts, for example, for certain people, that has helped me a lot. But the key is to just not be so distracted. A lot of things can wait. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, helping you live a better life.
Most people have no idea there's an invisible gap in their home's protection. This invisible threat is house stealing. Con artists pick a house. They transfer the deed of this house into their name by obtaining the forms, using the fake IDs, and filing the paperwork with proper authorities. Now they own the home. Protect your home from this invisible gap.
Save me!
At HomeTitleLock.com.
Save me! Billy Gaden! Billy! Alpesh, help me! Alpesh Patel, help me with Gaden. This motherfucker's got his mouth open.
Credit card is processed, allowing them to use untested payment networks that jeopardize your data.
I don't need you to tell me that, Vader. I don't give a fuck. Big fucking deal. He blocks me. I go there. He's got me blocked. I have to watch with another fucking device to see what he's saying. He won't unblock. He blocks me. He says he doesn't like spammers, but there he is in JC's chat spamming, huh? Same old, same old. JC, Billy lied, JC, Billy lied. Billy, Your fucking lips are so big, I can't even see your goddamn teeth. Look at you. It's the fucking giant black hole.
Share on Facebook, just Ben Ferguson there. All right, let's get to your phone calls now. Andy in New Jersey, you are on the Mark Levent Show.
Now here's the best one.
Doing well, sir.
Real quick, the main point I wanted to make is why would an immigrant who came here, not the ones who pay attention, but who came here would want to go, want this country to go down the way the country they came from was or is.
Hey, Charlie.
For a better life.
Charlie, look what I got Gotti to do for me.
I don't think it's that. Great question. So let me explain what I mean by this.
There's a smile on Charlie's face. It's like he just got a blowjob from that guy. Look at mouth still open. Now that's funny right there.
Parents grow up Presbyterian, you're probably going to be what? Presbyterian. If your parents are Baptist, you're probably going to be what? Baptist. If your parents are agnostic, you're probably going to be what? Agnostic. Like, there's a trend here, right? Like, so if you grow up in a country where socialism is there, you may hate the leaders, but the idea of socialism is probably not something you're going to just have complete disdain from, right? So if you come to America and they're like, oh, well, in America, we're the Democratic Party, and we're disguising our socialism or Marxism or communism, and the ideals that they're advocating for are, and your way of life and what you make here is just far higher than what you are there. I'll give you a great example. I was down in Mexico for summer vacation, and we were at a very nice resort, and the guy that was driving us, the shuttle driver around the resort, got to have a rapport with him after 3 or 4 days. I could, talk to people, and he basically told me at some point that his daily salary was $8. You bring that guy to America? Can you imagine? Like $8.
He doesn't have any lips. Look at how thin his fucking lips are. And what the fuck happened to his chin?
You think he's not going to vote for that party? You get what I'm. It's like communism in disguise. But even if they're like, we're going to give you free food, like, why would you not be in favor of that? We're going to give you free housing. Why would you not be in favor of that? Like, especially coming from Mexico, where you're doing the right thing and you're making $8 a day plus tips. So, I mean, it's you see how easy it would be to fall back into it because it looks so much better than what you're coming from. You get my point?
I do. Yeah, that's a good point. And to follow up what that lady said in Michigan, I mean, Detroit has Michigan Station, which is the Grand Central station of Michigan. It was closed for 30 years until Ford bought it, and
I'm going to use that later.
That just happened, and there was no rush hour in Detroit for years because there's no work.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
No, great point, and I appreciate the phone call. Thank you, sir. It's good to talk to you. 1-877-381-3811. Let's go to line 4 in Arkansas. John in Mountain Home. John, I love Mountain Home. I've been there several times. Nice to talk with you.
Yeah, this is a great thing, but Ben, I got the idea. Wasn't English the official language 250 years ago? Why don't we make it no entry, no English? If you can't
I don't like that. I don't like that because I've been to other countries where I didn't know their language, and if you go to study and you work hard, I don't have an issue with you coming to America and you trying to better yourself as long as you come in the right way. Okay, I don't want a litmus test for voting, for example. Remember, that's what Democrats wanted to do with African Americans back in the day, that you were less than, that you weren't a full, human, you weren't a fully valued person. That's what the Democratic Party was in favor of. And so they didn't want to count people of a certain skin color in a certain way. I don't want to ever go back to anything like that where we say, well, you can't do this because you can't speak the way I speak, right? All I'm in favor of, John, is coming here the legal way. There's a lot of great stories of people that came to America not knowing English, and they learned it, but they did it the right way. The difference is the Republican Party is the party of law and order, and the Democratic Party is the party of anarchy and chaos. Just look at the cities they run. Ben Ferguson filling in for the great one. We'll be right back.
At the new Verizon store in Watertown, get the best of Verizon. Find all the latest deals on new devices, your favorites in music and streaming, and all the accessories you need. Switch today and pay $50 a month for a single line. That's right, just $50 a month when you bring in your phone on unlimited welcome with autopay plus taxes and fees. So come in now and let the savings begin. Stop by the new Verizon store at 129 Arsenal Yards Boulevard in Watertown today. $15 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply.
A Better Life with Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
It's hard to look at just about anything on your phone these days without stumbling across a wellness influencer. Some of them are really inspiring. They offer great ideas for workouts, meals, better night's sleep. Others, though, may not be telling you the whole story with their posts. How they attain that body, that glow, that air of perfection. On some level, it's not real, and yet you still can't look away. So here's what I would tell you. If you see a trend you want to try,
I have a feeling she doesn't have any fucking teeth. That's Chell or Shell or however she wants her name to be pronounced. I would say Chell because of the CH. Chelly or just Chell. If it was Cheel, it'd be Cheal or Cheel. I guess you can spell it however you want, but there you are right there. There's Chell. There's your little Scottish girl. Wee, Mimi.
College teams across live TV and streaming apps so you never miss a moment. And with access to your game stats and scores in one place, it's good. It's DirecTV like you've never seen it. Visit DirecTV.com today. Internet-connected Gemini device and separate subscription is required. New residential customers auto-renews monthly. Cancel anytime. Equipment is required. Unreturned device fees apply. Credit card restrictions apply.
WNAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now.
It will put the maps
facts in front of the voters. I'm Lisa Sarah, Fox News. Those words from California Governor Gavin Newsom as he signs legislation that will put the state's redistricting plan on the November ballot.
It'll be the first state in U.S. history to, in the most democratic way, submit to the people of our state the ability to determine their own maps.
Governor Newsom said President Trump is increasingly unpopular.
That's JC. That's in Vegas.
To favor Republicans as part of his plan to keep Republicans in power.
We got here because he recognizes that he will lose the election. Congress will go back into the hands of the Democratic Party next November.
Yesterday, the Texas State House passed legislation redrawing maps that will create 5 new congressional districts that could favor Republicans. Villanova University says a report of an active shooter on campus was a hoax,
saying there was no active shooter, no injuries, and no evidence of firearms present on campus.
Initially, we were definitely afraid for our own safety. We ran off campus, and a nice man let us into his home.
Nick Newchuck, a law school student at the university, tells Philadelphia's Fox 29 News he was studying in the library when the school's alert system told students to barricade doors and move to secure locations.
Hopefully everyone can move on from this situation in a good manner and continue on with their lives.
The report of the shooter prompting the Radnor Township Police Department and other agencies to respond. A note on the school's website notes the campus is all clear.
Fox's Kristen Goodwin. Attorney General Pam Bondi says she will appeal after a federal judge said
Will Durant. Look what my angel did. I asked her if she'd do that, and she did it. See how I helped Will out, Wiggin? You dumb fucker. That's what you get for giving him the crown and then taking it back, you Indian giver.
Justifying big bucks for travel. I'm Sharon Reardon.
This is why nobody wants you to be their king. You suck at it.
Moore's international trip to Asia in April cost significantly more than expected.
The exchange has deepened the bond between the people of.
All right, I finally found a motherfucker.
6-day trip included a travel party of 19 and cost taxpayers $322,000, according to The Sun. $72,000 more than the original estimate. Moore's office says the trip delivered dozens of valuable business leads, though one goal to bring high-speed train service to Maryland has already been quashed by the Trump administration. Moore said in April there will be a tangible return on investment, not in years, but months and weeks. There have been no announcements since then. John Matthews on WMAL.
And you talk about my back.
As a federal crime.
You want to call me hunchback. You say I have a hunch. That's all muscle in my back. I'll guarantee you my fucking back is way stronger than yours, you punk motherfucker. Look at you. I had to laugh when JT called you orangutan tits. That's the original orangutan tits right there. That's it right there. Orangutan tits. Look at them fuckers. Look at that fucking gut. You're sitting down, you turn your camera on, all slouched. That's a slouch right there. Look at that fucking gut. No doubt you have a high anal hernia. I wouldn't doubt it. No teeth. Look at you. Look at them fucking glasses. I can picture myself slapping them motherfuckers off your head. It'd be the first thing I do. Whack you upside the head and you lose them glasses. You can't fight.
WMAL News Time is 8:04. I'm Sharon Reardon, and now here's your
This or this? Me or this fucking thing?
In Arlington, at 395 North.
This fucker thinks he's your king.
Boundary Channel Drive and 14th Street.
It's like opening the curtain there at the fucking Wizard of Oz, and there he is standing right there. Only he's not, he's really not a wizard, and at the end there, the guy becomes a good guy, but he's not really a good guy. This is not a good guy. This is not a good man. No, he's not.
And now from GarageDoorRepair.com to WMAS.
Not with me, anyways.
Tonight, mostly cloudy.
This motherfucker's been riding my name from day one. Bragged about making me. They went into all those other chats. It's Billy and people thinking it was me. Right there, he bragged about it. So I can't go back on his stream and play it because I didn't fucking copy it, but he said it. I'm not here to lie and make up stories.
The chain of events that began 2 hours ago
is about to change Kyle's whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by Metza.
This motherfucker.
It's easy to put off getting life insurance, but if something happens to you, will your family be protected? The last thing you want is for them to lose the house or struggle financially. With Ethos, you can get up to $2 million in coverage in as little as 10 minutes, all online. Plus, there's no medical exam. Just answer a few health questions. Ethos, life insurance made easy. Get your free quote at ethos.com/easy. That's ethos.com/easy.
At the new Verizon.
Where are you tonight? Why did you leave me here all alone? I searched the world over and thought I found true love. You met another and you were gone.
Stop by the new Verizon store at 129 Arsenal Yards Boulevard in Watertown today. $15 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line.
JC, look at my video. JC, did you see the video I made of Billy? I made another video. JC, go watch my video. JC, I made a video. JC, I made a video. JC, me and Stray Cat are butt buddies. We fucking big, fat, and we love each other.
With us tonight. The Great will be back with you tomorrow night. I got to tell you, there's certain days when I love Donald Trump. Promises made, promises kept. That, for me, is the theme of Donald Trump's time in office so far. The Trump administration, we're now being told, is on pace to deport 400,000 illegal immigrants in 1 year. The Trump administration is deporting about 1,500 people per day. It is on track to deport more than 400,000 people in his first year in office. The New York Times is now reporting. Now, of course, they're criticizing the president for doing it. That's how you know the president's doing a damn good job. At least 180,000 people have been deported by Immigrations and Customs Enforcement under President Donald Trump. The Times states, deportations have increased as ICE got a massive increase in funding from the big, beautiful bill that was signed into law. Again, the bill that they said was going to ruin America. So much for that lie. At its current pace, ICE would deport more than 400,000 people. That is a sharp increase from the 271,000 people removed last year by ICE, though far short of the goal of 1 million set by the Trump administration. Now, the Department of Homeland Security says the total number of deportations so far under Trump is 322,000. That figure includes people who are turned around or quickly deported at the U.S. borders by Customs and Border Protection, the Times also states. ICE is using 12 charter planes per day. If that's not taxpayer money used the right way, I don't know what is. To conduct deportations and transport detainees, that's double the number used in January, according to Tom Cartwright, an immigration advocate who is tracking the ICE flights. Yes, they're angry. There are more than 60,000 people in custody, the Times reported. ICE has added at least 50 new detention centers since Trump took office as well, and more than 6,000 people being held there. The White House for months has emphasized the administration's broader strategy on immigration as the deportation tally has ticked upward. Through its Project Homecoming initiative, announced in May, the administration has offered financial incentives and streamlined processes to encourage voluntary departures with aggressive enforcement measures for those who remain. That according to a White House fact sheet that was put out. In public messaging, officials have described the deportation campaign as historic, an aggressive effort, highlighting record-breaking numbers of arrests and expanded capacity for detaining and removing undocumented immigrants. So here we are, the President of the United States of America promising to clean up the immigration problem in this country. And what we're witnessing right now is the Trump administration is on pace to deport more than 400,000 people in year one. This is also happening as liberals are fighting every time they get a chance to stop the president and ICE from doing their jobs. Could the numbers go up? Yes. Could they go even higher next year? Yes. One thing is for sure. The president is sending a message that while he's in office, well, what happened under Joe Biden will never happen again. Let's get some of your phone calls.
Sorry, Tom.
381-3811.
Listening to this, looking at the phone, surfing the web.
Michael, line 2 in Ann Arbor, Michigan. You're on the Mark Levin Show. Ben Ferguson with you. Hello.
Thank you for taking my call, Ben. I listen to you on Sunday nights before Billy Cunningham, and I always like it when you fill in for Mark, so it's nice.
I haven't heard Bill Cunningham in quite a while.
Question. No problem. Number one, with everything being behind plexiglass in cities like
Rush Limbaugh used to have him on as a guest host from time to time, Bill Cunningham. He had a radio show. I think he still does.
Thing, or this government-run grocery store. Is he going to have security in there? Because that would seem to undermine the idea that, you don't need police to hold down the fort. So, I mean,
I'm a political junkie.
I don't understand how he can manage that. That's number one. And number two,
unlike you, Vanguard, you're a fucking political moron.
Mayoral power to contravene the Constitution. You cannot. How is it possible or legal to?
The case against him in New York, fucking thrown out by the state appeals court. Letitia James appealed it, right? They wanted to stand, and they said no.
It doesn't work. You just take money from others, and then you steal it from them, and then you give it to the people apparently that you just like. There's the difference. I don't know what other way to say it. Like, that's how this works.
You have to come here legally. You don't have a right to immigrate to the United States.
I mean, sooner or later,
it's not a right.
This is the same guy that has said that he wants to take away private property. He wants to fix the rate you're allowed to charge for rent.
JC, you're not an American. You don't have the same rights we do.
And take away money.
Canada doesn't have a constitution like we do. No other country does.
Quote, millionaires and billionaires.
Our rights do not come from government.
I mean, I really don't know any other way to put it. Is just we're Robin Hooding. We're gonna go after the poor, or go after the rich, I say, and give to the poor. That's their whole thing. Like, there's nothing else. That's it. If you pass it locally, if you pass it locally, and this is the part that's scary. If you do a local ordinance, for example, and it's local, and the people vote for you and they agree with it, it's going to be extremely hard to say no, right? Like, this is it. Can you tax people at high rates? Yes. Can you do rent control? Yes, you can. There's a lot of local governments have a lot of power to do things like this. So, yeah, a lot of what he's saying I don't think is illegal as long as they pass it the right way. That and look, I also go back to what I said earlier on crime in all these cities. One of the things Democrats do is they decide that the easiest way to continue to hold power is to get rid of their political adversaries, to get rid of their political enemies. And the reason why they get rid of their adversaries and their enemies is actually pretty simple. They do it because then no one's up against them. If all the people that vote against you don't stay and fight you, they just leave and disappear. And that's what they seem to be doing often in these liberal cities. Like, how many parents want their kid in a failing school in a high crime neighborhood where you can be killed just by being outside?
Americans will take them jobs.
Bullet sleeping in your bed. Like, there's a lot of people, okay? There is a lot of people that as soon as they have the means to get out, they're going to get out. They're going to get out as fast as they can. And they're like, we don't care if you move. That's just one less person that's going to be voting against me. That's going to be advocating for policies that I don't like. I don't think these guys care if everyone runs away. It's what they want to happen. And it's part of, I think, their game plan moving forward is that we will eliminate any of our political threats We will limit
I'm out
the
of
people,
grated
Bonnie.
cheese.
We'll limit the people that are out there that we can't stand.
I got to make something to
so
eat.
that we control
And
power.
I'm
It's
thinking
easier
something
now
simple
than
like
ever
a
for a liberal Democrat with
can of
no resume,
raviolis or
okay,
something like that.
to get elected. It is easier now
Chef
than
Boyardee.
it's ever been in these hardcore leftist, high crime, high poverty cities because the same voters got out. They're getting out as soon as they have the financial means to do it. They run out of these cities. Why do you think so many of these liberal cities have suburbs that are extremely safe and extremely conservative? Because when you have the means, you say, I'm out of here. I'm out of the crime. I'm out of the poverty. I'm out of these liberals. I'm out. I'm done. I'm moving. I'm running. I'm gone. Goodbye. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy, but Democrats don't want to rule great cities. They want to dictate to disaster cities. Detroit, Baltimore, New Orleans, Memphis, D.C., the list goes on. What do they all have in common? They have total control of the local government. And that's what they're there for. They're there for the control. 1-877-381-3811. 1-877-381-3811. Ben Ferguson filling in for the great one, Mark Levin. We'll be right back.
Mark Levin. News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs.
A little
Call
better.
now to find out how you could pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-995-4766 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-995-4766. That's 800-995-4766. What do you have to lose? Call 800-995-4766. Again, 800-995-4766.
It's easy to put off getting life insurance, but if something happens to you,
Beef stew is cooked the same way a pot roast is cooked. Only beef stew, normally you cut the beef up into chunks. Pot roast, you just do the whole roast and you roast it until the meat falls apart. Your vegetables go in later. You got to let that meat cook first. And it's got to be a low heat because if it's too high, the meat will be tough. So depending on how big the roast you have or how much pile of meat that you're making your stew with, right? Because you're gonna take that meat when you make you're gonna brown that meat down. You're gonna brown it. You don't want to brown it only about maybe medium low heat or so. Bring it up, you don't want to grill real hot or whatever pan you're using. And the recipe card would say drain, right? And whatever liquid you're going to use on it. Actually, the best way to cook a roast, if you're doing a roast, is if you don't have the iron skillet, is in a bag. You brown that chunk of meat down. Brown it good. It'll take you a few minutes. You brown it on all sides. All right. You take that chunk of meat, you stick it in the bag. You throw your vegetables in there. You throw whatever liquid, whatever you want, your seasoning, whatever, right? And you bake it in the oven at 325, low heat. You want it to cook slow. Now, you use an iron skillet or Dutch oven, it comes out a little different. That cast iron holds the heat in, holds juices in. Especially a piece of the cut of beef that, you're not going to cut it like a steak and eat it. You don't actually boil it, you simmer it. It's actually, you brown it, yeah. You don't actually want to boil it. You don't want, if you sit there, let it boil, it'll overcook anything. Corned beef, you're making, if you want corned beef cabbage or whatever, because that's how you cook corned beef, a brisket. So what they do in the Navy, right? We take them great big briskets, and they go in roasting pans. You season them, you put a little bit of water on them because of all that fat that's on it. That fat renders, and that beef sits there and cooks in its own fat. It makes a difference. In the recipe card in the Armed Forces recipe surface, it says to brown meat, and you make beef stew. It say, you cube the meat up and you brown it. And there's a couple different ways of thickening it. Once you do that, you can throw your flour in there and let that meat absorb the flour, and then add your liquid and let that simmer for a little while, and then you add your vegetables, because potatoes take about an hour to cook. Yeah, me too, Tom. I learned to cook at hunting camp. Actually, milk gravy was the first thing I learned how to cook. It's what we ain't eating. I ate what my grandfather and my father were eating. But yeah, it's just a stuff. I'm just telling you what the recipe cards say. I fucking memorized them motherfuckers. Tom, the recipe cards, I memorized them motherfuckers. I still know the recipe for 100 portions of bread. Takes 12 pounds of flour. Then you got your shortening, your non-fat dry milk, yeast, water, salt. Nah, it doesn't. Takes more than that to pop my bubble, Medusa. Somebody was wondering who you were today and shit. I didn't want to give it away. Do they realize that you're Medusa Dancing Club?
Amazing job since he took federal control of the city due to out-of-control crime. The president also making it clear to law enforcement, saying this: I just want to thank everybody very much for being here. We've had some incredible results. It's like a different place. It's like a different city. It's the capital. It's going to be the best in the world. He said, we appreciate you. And the numbers are down like we wouldn't believe. But we believe it, he said. We've had some incredible results. It's like a different place. The Vice President, J.D. Vance, also noted there has been a 35%
drop. Medusa's in New York.
And a 50% drop in robberies.
That guy's in New York.
Days since Trump took federal control of law enforcement. Trump also emphasized that his efforts to restore DC to greatness will not end with a crime crackdown. He will seek money from Congress to spruce up the city. So, quote, we're going to...
Oh, these fuckers. Wow.
A lot of the medians, a lot of the graffiti, all coming off real fast. We're going to be not so much building. It's going to be cleaning and fixing and redoing, putting brand new services down on our roads and our streets, he added. Trump brought White House burgers and pizza from a, quote, undisclosed business for the members of law enforcement in attendance. He said, we'll eat, and I'll eat with you. We're going to have a little fun. We're going to celebrate, but then we're going to get back to work, and we're going to take care of these criminals. We're going to put them.
So if you want to go visit Washington, D.C., times are changing.
Thank you for bringing respect back to
there hasn't been a murder in 7 days.
Bondi commended law enforcement officers for working midnights every night because they love our country, they love our city, and the president. Trump then returned to the White House after praising law enforcement, something that Democrats apparently could never, ever bring themselves to actually do. Why? Because they hate police, they hate law and order, they love the criminals, the drug dealers, the gangbangers, the illegal immigrants. And if you want to know why this country is in such a mess, look at any Democratic city in America. And if you want to know why so many cities that are safe have conservative leaders, well, imagine if Donald Trump got to do this in other major cities as well. Let me get to your phone calls. 1-877-381-3811. 1-877-381-3811. Let me go to James, line 3 in South Carolina. Welcome. You're on the Mark Levin Show. Ben Ferguson with you. Hi, James.
Hey, Ben. Thanks for taking my call. I just wanted to point out the fact that this is yet another example of how much of a genius our president, Donald Trump, is. The capital of our great nation should be a shining example for the rest of this country. If the capital is filth, then why does any other city or state in our country have any obligation to do any better or be even close? You know, back in the day, if we had an invasion, God forbid, or anything crazy went down as far as a war, and they take the capital, it's over. That's like checkmate. That's our capital. And we have these criminals infringing upon the capital, moving in, closer and closer every day. They would be so easy to take it if they had a couple sleeper cells in there. It would be very easy. And that's unbelievable. What needs to happen is he needs to start there, and I think that's why he started there, because it's our capital. And once he finishes there, I absolutely agree with the question you asked earlier in the night. He needs to go city by city, state by state, and clean these criminals out of here.
Well, and this is the reason why I think these numbers are just so important. They are just so important because they prove what we've been saying for a long time, right? Like they prove that law and order, when put in,
I'm going to be posting in Vegas.
Not in 6 months,
I'm in
not
Vegas.
Not in 2
Here I
years,
go.
But now, immediately, when it's done and surged the right way. I think this is going to be extremely hard for now governors and mayors to look at their citizens and say, I care more about politics than I care about saving your life or the lives of your loved ones or this city. That's our newest problem. That's our biggest problem. It's the scariest part of all with this. It's the worst part of it, is that this is happening. I go back to another story that actually was really interesting. And it was one that was up earlier today, and they were trying to use it like it was a story that was negative. And it's that Donald Trump is apparently preparing in a very quiet but a very real way to use the military to go after terrorist organizations that have been, or I should say, cartels that have been designated as terrorist organizations. And there was like this woke liberal that like was freaking out over this, acting like he was like exposing Donald Trump. And it made me laugh. I'm going to talk about it coming up because it really did. It made me laugh. It was funny. I'm like, this is good news. This isn't bad news. This is great news. I'm going to have that for you coming up next. Ben Ferguson filling in for the great one, Mark Levin.
Folks, we've just been handed a warning, and we need to listen. A major U.S. bank just reported the U.S. dollar tumbled over 10% in the first half of 2025. Now, that's the worst drop since 1973. Here's what you should do now, in my opinion. Don't leave your savings exposed to threats of a collapsing dollar. Diversification. And with diversification, a safe haven is physical precious metals, real gold and silver you can hold. The best company I know in this space, Monetary Gold. They've been in business 25 years, weathering crises from 9/11 to the 2008 crash. They're reputable, they're reliable, and they're ready to help you. Call Monetary Gold at 877-NOW-GOLD. That's 877-NOW-GOLD. Or visit marklovesgold.com. That's true. marklovesgold.com. Get your free gold guide. Call Monetary Gold 877-NOW-GOLD or go to marklovesgold.com. Tell them Mark Levin sent you. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional.
Ever wish buying a home was as easy as clicking your heels 3 times? At Northern Credit Union, we know there's no place like
They might be ugly.
I'm in Vegas. Wi-Fi Ghost Cruiser is in there. I'm in there with my evil McDonald clone. He said he was never going to come to my chat. I wasn't going to be able to clone him. I figured out how to get to his channel, so now I have his channel name. And he blocked my clone of him. I'm not blocking my clones. If I block Logical's bots, I unblock the motherfucker. I go in there just if I can make them post. Right, Tony? Tony, do I block my clones? Do I block people and then talk behind the block trying to get their attention? I don't. So there's the issue right there. Bud gave up doing it. He leaves me unblocked now. Gay fucking cock-sucking motherfucker. I don't block people and then fucking talk about them or try to get their attention. I don't do that shit. And if you block me, I just kind of, you guys want to say, everybody blocks Billy. No, they don't. Then how come Logical don't block me? Why is Logical constantly throwing robots at me? All fucking time. Well, I wasn't so bad today. I've been in and out of Vegas a little bit. I don't know if I blocked his bots or not. I forget. I changed accounts so fucking much. That was fun up on Alpesh's fucking panel. I made that motherfucker leave, Tony. That fucking idiot doesn't dare. He was here first, Tony, and then he went there to cry to Alpesh. He knows what I'm going to do. And I mean, fucking Patrick. Whatever he's trying to accomplish, it's not. Whatever his goal is, he's never going to attain it. I don't. What does he want me to leave YouTube? Quit streaming? The fucker will still be talking about me. That's all he's got. That's all he's got to talk to other people about. Went straight to Alpesh's chat to fucking cry about. When he was here, I let him speak. No, I don't have to let everybody see your fucking face. We don't want to see your face. We want to know what you have to say. And that's all there is to it. You're fucking showing off money today and shit. Ooh. So here's the bottom line. The evil Ronald McDonald, that's the person that runs the Jabba the Hutt handle. That's who that is. Yeah, that's who that is. And here's another name I could throw out there too. Henry Silverman. About it there, patty cakes. Right here. Come on up here. Be a man. Huh? When you're really not interested in what you look like, we know what you look like. It's what you have to say. And you don't really have much to say other than the fact that you want to slice my ear off and shoot me with a gun, whatever. Use a crossbow. Wow, Nikki, it disappeared awful fast. Somebody talking to themselves when they do that. Yeah, all part of that Todd Heiser crew. Tom Darko, there's another Tom. And fucking the guy's last name, I forget. I haven't been to White House chat in so long, I'm starting to forget all their fucking names from 8 years ago. Todd Davis. Yeah, Todd Davis. Where's that fucker at? See, that shadow is casting on me, Wiggin. And I got real neck muscles. There's no fat there, boy. I doubt you get your fucking hand around my neck. I fucking piss pound you, motherfucker. I like talking tough. It's fun. Kiddos likes femboy. Yeah, last call. I gotta finish cleaning up after dinner. I got shit in the kitchen. And I'll come back later. Unless somebody wants to come up real quick. Or whatever. You see, Wigan, I can do what you can't. And I'm going to do what you can't. That's what you get when you have curly hair. They have nothing, Tom. They got the Vegas chat and what, JC's? You got fucking Alvaro up there again. If Patrick Rowe is in JC's chat, I didn't see him in there, but he's definitely, he's fucking idiot. And it is Thursday night, so are you feeling better, kiddos? Hi. Did you have a bowel movement? Did that help?
No, I went to the weed store.
I thought Indiana you couldn't get it there.
You can't. You can get CBD though. Delta 8, Delta 9.
Whatever that is.
Yeah. So we need to we need to get together here and we need to do a preemptive strike on Jarl Wigan.
It's already been done.
We need to fucking close in and fucking strike.
I don't need to. He destroys himself. He's wigging out.
Hey, let me tell you, but we gotta strike hard and fast. We
already did, kiddos.
We got to do shock and awe.
And we already did.
We got to hit him with so many lefties begging for a right. That's what we need to do to Wigan right now. We got to quit pussyfooting around.
You know what Wigan's doing right now?
What?
He's running around trying to collect all his little skulls he thinks he has.
Well, I tell you what, this is getting out of control. We need to take.
It's been out of control since he went live. He's been like this from day one.
I can't stay long, Billy. I can't stay long.
That's all right. I was leaving anyways.
I can only stay for a couple more minutes, but
I've been live almost 3 hours. I'm going to take a break, finish cleaning up my kitchen. I ate earlier, but that was more like a brunch, and that was still sitting out there.
Yeah.
So I haven't eaten since around noon.
Yeah. Yeah, I started that new medication called Wegovy.
You're just saying, yeah.
Yeah, and it's got my stomach all tore up. And smoking weed calms it down. Yeah.
Hey, kiddo, you know what they say about men who go bald?
What?
Men who go bald in the front are thinkers. Men who go bald in the back are lovers. Men who go bald all over think they're lovers.
Yeah. Damn. That's fucked up. Yeah.
So this we thing on Wigan.
Yeah, we're going in hot and hard.
Did you watch Will Durant's chat?
No, I don't even know.
When they were going at it and Wiggins keeping score.
What is Will Durant's channel?
Oh, you ain't been there?
No, I've never been there.
I'll let him advertise for you. I hope he wants me to give you his address or not. I guess I could. Oh, is he live right now?
I have no idea. I don't even.
I don't know. You'll be proving on CB over there. That's his main rent. You know that, right?
Yeah.
So you missed his broadcast when Wigan was live early this morning or whatever fucking time it was.
Yeah.
Because, he's 3 hours behind. Now, you're an hour behind, right? You're in Central Time?
I know. I'm in Eastern.
You are in Eastern. You must be right on the
I am.
fucking
I'm right on the. I'm right on the line. Yep.
Yeah, you're the mystery guy. MG stands for mystery guy. Yeah, we gotta fuck with Will. I helped Will Durant out yesterday, big time. Since he's kind of doing me a favor, indirectly.
Will Durant.
Indirectly, yeah. Will Durant doesn't agree with Jaro. I don't need to be removed from YouTube.
So who is Will Durant? Who is he lined up with?
Nobody knows.
Oh.
Nobody knows. Will Durant is just out here in space, connected somewhere.
Oh.
You probably weren't around for the Mystery Girl days, were you?
No. No. Well, Billy, I got to get going. I'll see you around.
All right. Bye. See you later, kiddos. Stay out of trouble. I was going to tell you, kiddos, just watch Vegas chat. Sometimes he goes in there, and when he goes live, he'll say he's live. Oh yeah, she's real proud of that. But I don't give a shit about that. I'll let the others take care of that. I could have reported JC fucking time over time again. She's gonna do it again. Wigan too. But you know what? I don't need to use that feature to get over on these people. That's right. JC's as deuce face as they come. Yeah. If not for double standards, JC wouldn't have any standards at all. Same thing with you, Wigan. I don't even like calling you Wigan. Your real name is fucking Tom Carlisle. I'm a realist. Yeah. I don't like dealing in fake. I don't find it amusing. I don't find it interesting. So yeah, I'll be back later. Hey, you see that, Wigan? All I get is kills. That's fine with me. I'll just sit here and listen to somebody like fucking Firefire. Yeah, it's happening, especially in the capital. That's where all the problems are. And now the thing with Letitia James in New York and that case getting thrown out, frivolous lawsuit. She should be prosecuted for doing that. State attorney for New York State Attorneys General, New York State Attorneys General. All politically motivated. It's sad, Tom. It's hopefully it's getting better. A while ago, he said it's going to get worse before it gets better. It's just they shot at the guy, for Christ's sakes. They shot at JC. How come you don't talk about Trump getting shot at? Huh? You hate that guy that much, JC? All you people, you guys hate that? You out here? I mean, back in Fox 46 and that, your fucking friends were posting it. I put a bullet in his head. Hollow point. Fucking fake motherfuckers. Then you got Wiggin. Oh, that's a good troll. Oh, that's a good troll. Idiot. All right, Tom. And 5 people on my meter, it reads. I'll be back later.